What's up, everybody, on this beautiful Sunday night? We're in Wetumpka, Alabama. I'm going to do a short little live stream here. I know my live streams are sometimes 3 hours long. I hope this can be a short one. I got Katie with me today.
Why don't we try it for 20-30 minutes today?
Yeah, maybe we'll see how long it takes. But we got Katie today. What's up, Katie? How you feeling?
I'm doing okay today.
Let's go to our little bench. This is Wetumpka, Alabama. It is a Sunday. I'm going to hold hands. Wow. All right, we're holding hands. Notice how the light on the inside just shines on the floor here. It's a very cool night, so holding hands is actually kind of nice. I'm walking with Katie, holding hands. It is a beautiful Sunday night. And it is Sunday, so it's kind of slow. We ate here at this Kusa Cleaver. What do you think about it, baby?
It's really good.
Very good food.
I'm gonna try the grits.
I love the shrimp thing you had. That was awesome. So walking downtown holding hands.
Oh, there was no shrimp in it. It was lobster and
Lobster,
crab.
yeah, lobster and crab. She's doing better today. I got enough to walk. The Elmore County Finance. We just paid our property taxes here in Elmore County. I thought it was part of the home price. You know, like when you bought the house. I thought when you buy a house, the property taxes were kind of rolled into that, but nope. You have to pay it still, so I was surprised to see a tax bill in the mail for property taxes. We took care of it, and again, it is Sunday, so it's very, very quiet. Just a few people out and about. If you're not familiar with Wetumpka, it's north of Montgomery. And this is the town that won the hometown takeover from HGTV. So
How many do we got with us?
we got 10 people so far.
10 people?
We had 13 at first, but we lost a few. We
I
lost a
guess
few.
we're not excited enough.
We're not exciting enough in Alabama. There's nothing exciting about Alabama on a Sunday night.
No.
But it's nice for a walk. The weather is amazing, as you would expect. It must be in the 60s by now. Not sure.
It was supposed to get to 66 after sundown.
66? So yeah, it's in the mid 60s. Love the cool weather. On a Sunday night, this place is just quiet and eerily dead. But we have each other, and that's what matters. Nice little walk. Yeah, this town is so sweet. I like it more than Prattville. Just that Prattville's got more like shopping and stuff to do. The Wetumpka, it's got a nicer downtown, but it doesn't have nice shopping or things to do. So I saw in the news that Ben and Aaron were here, and I guess from that window right there, the guy that owns this business took a picture of the guy or the girl. Most people are probably in a church at this time. Not this late, I think. Maybe in the morning for sure. Here's our bench that we like to use. We just sit here and chill, hold hands. Katie, how are you feeling? I want to know how you're feeling.
Okay.
How are you feeling today, Katie?
I'm doing good today. Today's been an alright day.
Tell them about your dreams and aspirations in life.
My only dream is to continue being a housewife.
Oh, I mean, I was expecting that you were going to say something like you're going to go to college or you're going to...
No, I'm not going back to college. I would have to take too many prerequisites.
Percocets?
Prerequisites.
Oh, I don't know what type of drug that is, but sure. I mean, if it's that stressful, go back to college.
I was in remedial classes.
What's a remedial? Oh, snap. Bam. Don't let Katie try to put on her innocent face. Yeah, she's trying to put on her innocent face.
Like doing elementary math in college and having to pay to do elementary math in college.
Yeah.
And I'd have to take 3 more before I could actually get into associate credits. So it just would be more money than I'm willing to spend.
More of my money, right?
Yeah.
So, how have you liked the weather so far up here?
I like it. I'm happy. I don't do too well in heat. I do better in cooler weather.
Mhm.
But in Florida, it was just too hot. I couldn't do anything because I'd be sick all the time. And now I feel good.
Mm-hmm.
I do have my little health ups and downs, but it's not as bad as Naples.
So, saludos con esto, todo bien, me gusta, pero me gusta donde tú tienes la propiedad. Sí, gracias.
Saludos.
Saludos, Dalia. Estamos bien, todo es bien bonito, pero más me gusta donde tú tienes tu propiedad. Sí, está
I
bien
did
bonito.
a café con leche recipe on my channel.
Yes, café con leche.
I'm sorry it didn't include poopy. I wanted poopy in it, but someone didn't want to do poopy today.
Sí, I love my property. Mi propiedad está bien bonita, está en el monte, pero bueno, estamos a 15 minutos de varios pueblos. This is Wetumpka. We're 15 minutes away from Wetumpka, 20 minutes really. So, estamos entre Wetumpka y Prattville, dos pueblecitos bien bonitos. So, no complaints on my side.
It's a good place.
No complaints on my side.
I like that we live so close to this.
Yeah. Yeah, this is nice to be close to here. People drive extravagantly faster here. What's your background house and project? How's your backyard? And well, the backyard's gonna be a long haul. The house will too. We're not in a rush. Like, there's no rush to do anything right now. I mean, right now we're just kind of living one day at a time. Like today, we just decided, you know what, I need a break,
Yeah.
which is hard for me to do because I'm always trying to do something.
Like he took a nap in the afternoon today.
I did. What are your thoughts for the house moving forward?
Well, I wanna tile the main area of the house, the hallway, the kitchen, and the living room with a wood look tile. And I want to paint the cabinets.
You still want to do that?
Yeah, a very country green.
I mean, the tile, the wood tile, like we had back in Florida. You still want to do that?
Yeah, I want to do it. It'll make it look really country. Then I can.
But here's the thing: do you really want tile floors in the winter?
I'm gonna have an area rug in the living room.
Yeah, like when you wake up in the night to go to the bathroom or something, to be on cold tile.
Jose, you remember we're not gonna be in the bedroom we're in now. We're gonna move to the master.
Yeah, still. We have to get Katie some help. Can't afford for her to get worse. I mean, she's had health problems for years, and at least now she's getting out of the house and trying to walk.
Yeah.
You walked all the way up to the hill.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that again tomorrow. It's just I haven't been able to because
There's times when she can't. It's not optional.
I can't.
Like I was really proud of you when you went all the way up to the hill. That was, I mean, for me, and I work every day and everything. The first time I tried going up to the hill, I couldn't. Now I can do it like nothing because in Florida you don't have too many hills, so you're not used to walking up stuff.
Like, I'm not having don't think I have diabetes or fibromyalgia or anything like that. I have
You got your own struggle. You don't need to elaborate on that.
I don't want them to think I have cancer or something.
No, it's not like that.
No, it's a woman problem.
Yeah, she's got some stuff she's got to work out, and
Yeah.
at least you made it up to the hill.
Yeah.
And I didn't think you were going to reach that milestone in your workout, and you did.
Yeah, I think people think I'm sicker than I am.
Yeah. Okay, tell them about how much weight you lost when you were working at the gym.
I lost 60 pounds.
Yeah. And then your life went. We're not going to get into details about it, but you went through some stuff. I'm sorry, there's a cat over there.
I had some family deaths.
You don't have to elaborate. You went through some hard stuff, and you were doing good with your workout. You had lost 60 pounds, and then you started taking care of some family members, and you kind of all the progress you had made, you kind of lost it.
Yeah, that happens. Usually the plateaus. I mean, now I gotta start back at one.
So you were able to lose 60 pounds. So there's no reason why you couldn't do it again.
Definitely, and I'm working on making some changes.
Do you notice that cat over there walking downtown? We have a downtown cat here, y'all.
Yeah, I've started making some changes in my life.
We have a downtown cat. That's always cool, a downtown cat.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of cats here. I saw another cat. You know the other cat over there by that house?
Yeah.
Does he have a shop tail or does he have a full tail?
Chopped.
You gotta love cats. I mean, I don't like cats, but they're just so.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just going up. This is his daily routine, man. It's just when town clears, he goes around looking for meals, and I like cats here in Wetumpka. I don't usually like cats, But these are city cats. These are a whole different level of cat.
I changed up my breakfast.
Hmm.
And now I'm eating an apple and oatmeal.
Okay, what has your breakfast consisted of recently?
I was eating what you were eating.
Eggs.
Like, he'll have eggs, a bagel, and a cinnamon roll. Or if not the pancakes, not the bagel, he'll have pancakes. And to me, that's just too much. I have to eat a little. I have water with lemon and the oatmeal with the apple.
Cool. So as far as the backyard goes, Katie's got plans for the house, and I think the house, most of it will be hers, unless she wants to do something ridiculous. If she wants to paint our cabinets green, that's not happening.
No, like
It's
I
not
do
happening.
like an antique flue.
It's not happening. It just she doesn't get it's not happening. So like 95% of the things in the house, it's Katie's call, unless she wants to do something so ridiculous that it's just like nope,
I'll
that's.
do white.
Or you can just do exactly what's in there.
No.
It's-
No, I want to change it up. It'll look really good, and it'll be really good.
But the yard, as far as the yard goes, the yard's all on me. It's her kitchen, yeah, but I'm the one paying for it. So
You're gonna wake up one day with green cabinets.
Yeah, and you're gonna wake up with a bucket of green paint on your head once you're done. Llévate el gatillo, está solo y bonito. No, ahora mismo no, aquí no hay problema. I mean, esto es el downtown, aquí hay cámaras en todos lugares. You can open carry. Hey, they said that. All right, cool. You can open carry here, and I don't think there's a need for it. So no gatillo ahora. Pero sí, you can just. I didn't realize it. I thought you had to go to like in Florida, you got to go to a class to get your open carry in Florida. You got to go through a class. Here, you can just go to the sheriff's office and pay like $12. So maybe on a Monday or Tuesday, if I have a chance, I'm gonna run down there.
Probably tomorrow.
Not your open carry, your concealed carry. You have a little bit more freedom with the concealed carry. You can open carry, but it's like, really, it's kind of odd. Concealed carry is, better because I think it's just kind of odd walking around with something like that. So.
You walk into a store, they're gonna think you're trying to rob them.
Not really, but it's just odd. It's too backwards for me, I think. But concealed carry is more slick, so you don't have to really. By the way, I don't know if you guys watched the news. There was a situation in Happy Wife, Happy Life. Yeah, but she's got it good already. She can't complain too much.
No, the cabinet's gonna be green, and I'm gonna put.
Dude, I'm telling you, you're not painting the cabinets green. You're not. That's not.
I showed you the picture.
You can show me all the pictures you want. It's not happening.
What about white?
What about the color that's already in there? Anyways, as far as the yard goes, that's my project. I've been thinning out like the back, like the front half is already beautiful. Didn't need too much. I think the front yard took 2 days of work to get it in order. The backyard is like an acre, so it's big and it's wooded. So it's gonna take a lot. It's not something we're just gonna get in order overnight. We have Wolf Raven says, hello, Jose. Your blogs are getting really good. We love your travels. Thank you so much. I've had a lot of people say that recently. We're trying our best. We're happy, and I guess us being happy just all around makes better videos. Hi, Jose. I wish you happy both. I'm from Saudi Arabia. Hey, my friends. Thank you so much. This is Alabama. This is Alabama, my friend. Welcome to Alabama. The southern state of Alabama. Y'all keep them coming. Thank you so much. Yes, green cabinets. It sounds nice, but are we going to be able to pull it off without totally butchering our kitchen? I mean, I could think about like maybe paying somebody to sand them first.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a proper way of doing it.
No. There is a proper way to do it, and I would want to do it the proper way. I wouldn't want to do it half.
The thing about house remodels is they get so expensive. Like, I've really thought about it, and if there's one thing I regret doing in Florida is how much money we spent doing remodel. Like, you don't think about it, but I know people say if you spend money in your house, it always kind of works its way back. But my experience has been, if you spend money on a property, you really don't make it back. It's kind of like it's kind of like for yourself. Like you tell yourself that's an investment in the property. It's not. If it's a really expensive house, then the more you do to it, the better it gets. But if it's just a regular home like ours, then if you have carpet that's old or brand new carpets, it doesn't really make that much of a difference when you go to sell it. Kitchens and baths sell the house. You okay, Katie?
Yeah, I just need to walk around.
All right, you want the keys?
No, I just want to stand around.
So I don't know. It's just, to me, it's like, do we really need to spend the money? You know what I mean? Like when it comes to home repairs. Katie, how about painting one wall mint green? You can always change it. Yeah, you can always paint walls any color you want. It's a personal choice, yeah. But and then like if you leave your house standard, it looks nicer when you resell. You start doing all these custom touches. When you go to sell a house, all it does is creep out your like. Have you got to do Zoom? Yes, we do. We have been doing our Zoom meetings. We did it this morning with our congregation here in Millbrook. It's going good. I wish I could meet them in person. Of course, with COVID, that's not going to happen. But yeah, three drops of sunshine. We are attending our congregation here, and we like it. They seem like a really fun group of people. I mean, go figure, it's Alabama. I just wish we could see them in person. That's tough. Because really, your congregation is your main group of people. It's for anything social. And not having them face to face is hard. But yeah, we will one day. It's not easy. It's not easy right now. Crazy times we're living in. The crazy, crazy times we're living in right now. That's all there is to it. But we're looking forward to it and meeting the new people. And it's very different here. Like, I guess sometimes people, like, what we want other people to be like us, like, and in the city especially, that's hard. And I think we struggle in Florida on a social level because everybody in Florida just isn't compatible with us. We're here in Alabama. We have more compatibility age-wise, income, so we just fit in socially better. We're just another person, like I feel like in Florida we were outcasts, and the expectations for us in Florida were not realistic. Like there's more normal people here. In Florida, everybody's either retiring early or vacationing, and it's just a lot to keep up with. And here in Alabama, on a social level, it's easier just to fit in. There's not that much social pressure here in Alabama to keep up with other people. And there are people here that are really well off. They just don't really show it, You might see somebody wearing an old dirty sweater and think, not think much of them.
The guy with the old truck usually has $1 million in the bank that you don't know about.
Exactly. So here you can just, I guess social lines don't really matter as much here. Like I feel that sometimes in Florida we were being judged way too often. And we weren't really being judged by our character. We were being judged by how we looked, how we dressed, even the way you talk. Like some people in Florida think, if you talk a certain way, then you're already like a hood person or you're trashy or country or whatever. Like, I'm talking to you guys like this now, but this isn't the way I normally talk. This is my professional talk. You know what I mean?
Talk in your normal talk.
I don't even know how to do it because I'm in front of the camera. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I can really be myself. And like in Florida, yeah, we're happy here. I mean, you can tell we're happy. It's resilient. It just shines. It just comes out of us. The happiness that we've found here. It's obvious to you guys. You guys used to say I was bitter back in Florida. I was bitter.
We were.
We were. And I held a lot back from flicking people off and just going nuts. Because here you can turn into Florida man in Florida. You can really just pop into Florida man mode. And here I just don't feel that way. I just feel nicer, happier. You guys can tell I'm happier, so it's obvious it's definitely a life change. But anyways, like, I didn't, that's your pro talk. Yeah, this is my professional talk. This is probably not how I can make way to the system is destroyed. Well, the world we're living in now has a lot of problems. We're living in a time where, I mean, I don't know. To me, it just comes natural to try to be a friendly, nice person. But unfortunately, can't always be the nice, clean person you want to be. You have to kind of just be more hostile. I don't even know how to do it because like what happens with me is like it depends who I'm around and whatnot.
You talk like this at home.
I don't know. Like I don't even want to like sound politically wrong, but I'm trying to find a politically correct way to say this. But like in Florida, like here you can actually meet people whether it's in a professional setting or a religious setting or whatever type of setting you're in where you would expect formality and somebody might be like somebody might pray in a like somebody might hear somebody praying and be like we all right dog, we're gonna be all right, you know, like I pray we might be all right. Like that sounds so informal, but that's really how people pray out here. Like if you hear somebody like make a prayer here, like if you're, let's say you're sitting in a restaurant or something and people next to you pray, they might be like, I pray God we might be all right, man, we be straight, you know, like that's normal, a conversation for a prayer, you know what I mean? Where in Florida there's so many formalities that are expected from you that people are almost judging you, and people here judge you too, don't get me wrong, but they judge you in a different way. The prejudice exists everywhere, it's just different. It's like I don't even know how to explain it. I don't know, it's like everywhere you go people have an expectation of what you should be, you know what I mean? And I've struggled in Florida because in Florida, like here, like if I walk into a gas station and a dude's I'm not going to talk the same way at a gas station in Alabama as I'm going to talk to you in a professional setting. You know what I mean? Hola desde Argentina. Saludos, mi hermano. Gran saludo. You want to walk back to the car, babe?
Yeah.
I'm going to give you the keys. I'm going to stay out here for a little bit.
Walk out if there's stuff going on over there. You can walk.
You want me to walk with you? Saludos, Argentina. So you talk ghetto. I understand. I do too. So yeah, I talk ghetto. But here in Florida, and I wouldn't even call it ghetto. The proper way to refer to that is it's called vernacular English. Okay? But what I'm trying to say is like here, I can actually use vernacular English in a congregation or something. You know what I mean? In your religious setting, you can do that. In your real estate office, you can do that. Or the same thing goes with a country accent. You can do that. You can just be whoever you are. Where in Florida, you had to constantly cater who you were. Like, there's no way in Florida, if you're okay, let me give you an example. Let's say you want to work in a restaurant in Florida, okay? And you have a country accent or a ghetto accent, and that's the way you talk. You're not going to get a job. You can't just walk into a restaurant and be like, all right, man, what you want, man, whatever, blah, blah. You can't do that. You will be fired. Yeah, we're in Wetumpka, Alabama. You will be fired. If you're like if you're in a, like you try to get a job in Naples or Florida or Fort Myers or whatever, you can't just go to work at a restaurant and speak in a ghetto. Like here, you could be at a restaurant and if the person's ghetto, they'll talk to you ghetto. We have been married for about 12 years, Katie?
11.
11? I'm going to sit right here. I don't know if I'm getting them right. Like, I feel like here, like, if you're ghetto, that's the way you talk, and you can talk in an urban, you know, in a vernacular English. If you're country, you can have your country accent. You can just be whoever you want to be, like, in any setting. In Florida, no. Like, if you're Florida, you're not going to walk into a restaurant in Florida and be going to give you a ghetto accent or a country accent. They're not going to hire you. You have to talk in a certain... Yo soy cubano, mi hermano, saludo. Cubano, yo nací en Cuba. You speak ghetto? It depends who I'm around. Like if y'all notice, like, if I'm around, like if y'all see me, like I'm walking down the street. Oh my God, the guy just did it. Oh, I can't believe it. Smells good in there. Like, if I'm walking down the street and I run into a bunch of country people, I'm gonna speak to them in a country accent. Or if it's somebody who is African American, I might switch over to vernacular English. I don't do it on purpose. I just automatically, because I speak Spanish, I speak English, I'm used to shifting back, and I speak Spanish like a Cuban, I speak Spanish like a Mexican. I can just switch back and forth between dialects depending on my settings. You know what I mean? Hey, make sure you guys hit the like button. Hit the like button. Only 4 people have hit the like button. What's up with that? Y'all hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button, please. Let me see those likes go up, y'all. I'm gonna walk down this way. Can you speak Argentinian Spanish? No, you no sé hablar con Argentino. Oh, soy argentino. Soy un caballo. That's Argentine. For example, here's Mexican. Caballo. No, that sounds Cuban. Argentinians, they drop the double L's, become a Y. So they don't say Toyota, they say Toyota. Cómprate un Toyota en Kendall Toyota de Miami, de Kendall. Kendall Toyota. So English would be Kendall Toyota. Spanish would be, Cuban Spanish would be Kendall Toyota. But in Argentinian, it's Kendall Toyota. See, the Y's become double L's or something. I don't get how it works. But I can do un caballo. Vos sos un caballo argentino. Me voy a comprar un Toyota nuevo. Porque yo soy un caballo. GM for West Germany. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, I would never buy a Toyota. I'm not a Toyota person. I'm a GM person all the way. I mean, I have two GMCs, go figure. We have the Yukon and we have the 2500. We're totally GM people. They're very reliable. They are gas hoggers. But we're big people. Like, if we got into a Toyota, wouldn't even fit in a Toyota, would we? Probably not. Probably wouldn't even fit in a Toyota. Anyways, I felt like in Florida, then you're judged on that. Not only are you not gonna, you're not gonna get a job basically if you speak ghetto in Florida. And again here, and I don't even like to call it ghetto because it's not. I like to call it vernacular English because that's really what it is. I don't even like feel comfortable calling it ghetto English. It's really not. It's just African American vernacular English. Is really what it is. And I know how to speak it. Like, I grew up in Louisville, Kentucky. So I just feel like, why should I even be judged on my accent? You know what I mean? If I'm country, then I'm country. If I'm urban, then I'm urban, and whatever. But yeah, I mean, I have yet to see a Cuban here. When we went to Gulf Shores in Alabama, where they were doing the hurricane cleanup, there were some Latino people there. I thought they were Cubans, so I was like, oh, mama, what that? And they were just looking back at me like, we don't know you. So they probably weren't Cubans. They're probably like some other Latinos. And not all Latinos are very friendly. Give you an idea, like Argentinians, Argentinos, toman vino. Nosotros los cubanos tomamos ron. Los mexicanos toman cerveza. Mexicans drink cerveza, they drink beer. Cubans drink rum. Argentinians, they speak Spanish, hablan español, los argentinos, pero toman vino, so they're more European in all their ways. Argentinians and Chileans are the most refined out of all Latinos. She speaks a little bit of Spanish, it's necessary. I can't talk. If I'm talking with my family, she'll understand the 90, at least get an idea what we're talking about. You know, like Cubans are weird because I think Cubans are more related to Haitians than we are to the Cubans, Puerto Ricans, anybody from the Caribbean islands. We're really, even though like Haitians speak Creole and Jamaicans speak English, and Jamaicans are more English. That's the weird thing about Jamaicans. Like, Jamaicans are their own thing. Like Cubans, Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, Haitians, we're very Caribbean. We have our own Caribbean way. And Jamaicans, they identify more with people from like Grenada and other islands. So, oh, você fala português? Ah, você fala português? Eu sou brasileiro, eu sou gente marginal, eu sou da favela. Eu sou gente da favela, da Rochina, gente do Brasil, tá bom, tá bom. Eu sou uma gente marginal da favela. Eu falo assim, eu sou da favela. Eu sou brasileiro, tá bom. Que coisa. Meu Deus. So I speak a little bit of Portuguese. Not like incredible Portuguese, but I can speak to a Portuguese person. Most Spanish-speaking people in my town come from DR. Yeah, Dominicans are starting to pop up. I'm half Brazilian, half... Oh, você é brasileiro, tá bom. Muita gente do Brasil na Florida. So I do speak a little bit of Portuguese. That's like a normal, like, I not only like can I speak Portuguese, but I can throw in the Brazilian accent. Now, if I, it's weird because like, let's say somebody from Portugal, right? I struggle with Portuguese English. Like somebody from Portugal, I really struggle with that one. Like I talk to Portuguese people and they're like, ugh, what are you talking? Like, you know what I mean? Like they're the more refined type of Portuguese. Do I miss the Naples Pier? Not really. The Naples Pier angers me actually. It's like, if you are in Miami, You have to speak completely different than Naples. Exactly. Miami is totally different. In Miami, I can speak my Cuban like Spanish all the time. In Naples, if I'm speaking Spanish, it's most likely Mexican Spanish. But it's weird because like I don't like think about it. Like if I'm around Cubans, I'm gonna speak Cuban, and if I'm around Mexicans, I speak Mexican Spanish. It's not like you're really like you think that out. You just naturally do it. English in Miami is different. Like if I was in Miami right now, I'd be like, hey bro, yeah man, let me get a coat, man, or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, but then here in Alabama, you kind of twist the ghetto with hey. Here in Alabama, you twist the ghetto with the country. So like it's really weird. Like here in Alabama, you can twist up the ghetto with the country and into one massive. I don't know. It's weird. You can do both at the same time here in Alabama. It's just speaking with a draw, and like I said, like if I tried to do it right now for you guys, I couldn't do it. But if I'm in front of somebody, like I mean, if I can try, let me try it. Hey, what's up, man? Hey, man, look, man. Let me see if I can get that carburetor right there, man. Just mess around with that a little bit, see if you find something, man. Get on there and probably throw some money at you or something like that, man. You know what I mean? Like I don't know, like Miami ghetto and dangerous. Miami is okay, but you know what's crazy? This is Wetumpka where we're at right now. We're in Wetumpka. Believe it or not, according to Neighborhood Niche and Area Vibes and all those neighborhood scouts, the crime rate, it sounds like Boomhauer. Yeah, I do some Boomhauer. It sounds like, man, I tell you what, man, get it down there, put that dang little spark plug, put a little WD photo up in there, man. Just spray on that little O-ring right there, man. Get that thing right there. Man, you know what's crazy? I always wonder, somebody speaks with that heavy of an accent. There's no way that somebody can actually speak with that heavy of an accent and not be aware that they have the accent. Because then they act like they don't have an accent. Like you see somebody with a crazy accent. Anyways, according to Neighborhood Scout, Area Vibes, the city of Miami's crime rate is actually lower than Wetumpka, where we are right now. Could you guys see me? Look at this. There's no way that Miami's crime, according to all those websites, the crime rate here is higher than in Miami. I feel really chill. Like I'm standing outside with $1,000 worth of equipment in my hand. I got an $800 phone and a $200 device that holds it, the stabilizer. And I'm actually legitimately not worried about. I mean, like I'm paying attention to my surroundings and all. I look behind my back every once in a while, but I'm not like worried that if somebody did pull a gun on me, they would just want to take her stuff. They were not trying to like. Miami is scary, y'all. Like I walked through Miami. Last time I walked through Miami at night. Last time that I walked through Miami at night, I actually had like the fear for my life. Daytona is not impressive. No, Daytona is a dump. Any beach, any party town is gonna be basically a very crappy place to live. Daytona is basically biker land, meth land, gang land. Has Katie been active since moving to Alabama? She's been trying to, but her health hasn't let her. Yep. She's been trying to be active. She made it all the way to the hill. Like, no lie, there's 2 hills. She made it to the top hill. The first time, I couldn't make it. Because in Florida, there's no elevation. So, like, in Florida, you're not used to walking uphill. So, for me, like, the first time I walked up that hill, it was like I was going to die. Then I got used to it. So, like, since there's a little bit more elevation here, you get... In my backyard, my gosh. My backyard, like, quite literally... It's incredible, like, how steep my backyard is. Like, I have an acre, and my house is almost in the middle of the acre, and I can't see the back half of my yard. I have to go up a hill and back down the hill. You love Miami, Las Vegas, and New York City? Miami's cool, man, but it's dangerous as crap. I've never felt comfortable in Miami. I've never felt comfortable in Miami. Miami, because it's like, once you know the place, you know what happens there, it's kind of... Yeah, I think Ormond Beach is a little bit better. Miami's going to get better, though. I think Miami will get better. I mean, I used to go in Miami. Look, they got ATVs and everything out here, y'all. Delray Beach is a very fun place to visit. You'll like to visit it. It's a great place to visit and go to the beach, get a hotel by the beach. affordable too, since it's not directly in Miami or Fort Lauderdale. It's a good place to visit, but living there? Oh no. No, Broward County is actually more dangerous than Dade at times. But I remember when I used to go like to Miami, I would do like driving around the hoods at night. It's scary out there. Portuguese is not too different from Spanish. It's not. Remember, we used to have a Portuguese congregation. I'm gonna tell you why it's where I picked up a little bit of Portuguese. So, we had a Portuguese congregation in Naples and Bonita Springs. Now we don't. I think there's still one in Naples. And I went there for a little bit and I picked up some Portuguese. But there was a time when there was a lot of Brazilians that would get a student visa, and they would get their student visa, and with their student visa, you could actually come for like 6 months or a year. And I ended up working on a job site where there was like 4 Brazilians, and I worked with them 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, sometimes 6 days a week. So, like, it was really slow. It was a restaurant. It was a market and a restaurant that were attached. So, basically, there was 2 Brazilian girls and a Brazilian guy that worked in the same counter that I did, and there's never anybody in there. So what we did was talk, and I would hear them talk, and I started to fala lo português, tá bom, brasileira gostosas demais. I just picked up, basic stuff, man. And the girl was, my gosh, man, most beautiful girl I've ever seen, and she wanted to marry me, but she wanted to marry me because she wanted to get her papers. I was like, not gonna happen. I'm not gonna marry somebody just because they want their papers. That's not cool. She was like wanting to really marry me just to get her papers. And I was like, no, not gonna happen. She offered me money. She offered me love. This chick was beautiful, man. I mean, Brazilian women are the most beautiful women in the world, other than Colombian women. And nope. To me, I have more respect for marriage than that. To just marry somebody for money. And either way, it's just not cool. I don't know how somebody can do that. But anyways, I worked with so many Brazilians, and they were just trying to get their papers. Yeah. So I worked with them a lot, and we became really good friends. Like, I helped them move whenever they moved, and it was funny. It cracked me up because one time, like, they moved into a neighborhood, right, and I helped them move in because I had a truck, and they didn't have a truck, so they had like a little scooter or something. I mean, they're coming from Brazil, so they're not trying to spend all the money. They're trying to make money. I mean, really, technically, they came to study, but really, they came to work and make money. And I guess they weren't, like, poor Brazilians either. They were, like, really well-off Brazilians. So, anyways, they were really well-off Brazilians. For Brazil standards, they were not, like, broke Brazilians. And I told them, you moved into the ghetto. Because there's a street. It's in Naples. It's, like... Naples is weird because it's not like the whole. There aren't like entire neighborhoods. There are. Well, nowadays there are. But they moved into a ghetto area of Naples, and I was just like, yeah, I realize this is the ghetto, right? So it's like, oh, aquí es favela. That means here is the hood. And they got so scared. I'm like, oh no. I was like, oh no, like, not like I guess I told them. Like, this is the hood, like, aquí es favela. And it really is a little bit hood, but it's Naples hood, you know what I mean? It's not Brazil hood. But I told them, aquí es favela, which means this is the hood. And they were, like, so scared. They were terrified. They're like, oh, no. Like, they're like crying and, like, they're tearing up. I'm like, it's not that bad. I mean, I shouldn't have even told them that. I shouldn't have even told them it was the hood because I guess they thought it was like a hood in Brazil. In Brazil, it's really dangerous in the hood. And they thought when I told them it's the hood, they thought it was like Brazil hood, And it wasn't that bad. Deep sight despite the high cost. So anyways, I should have never told them it was the hood because they thought it was like a Brazilian hood. And I was like, no, it's not like that. Is it a car? Yeah. So, anyways, overall, every big city is gonna have, like, even here in Wetumpka. I drove by today. I'll see if I can get it done tonight or tomorrow. I'll probably have to do it tonight because tomorrow, Monday, I'll have to work. I'm gonna have to edit the video. I did a drive around of the neighborhoods here in Wetumpka, and I'll get that uploaded soon. There is a little bit of a hood here. It's kind of hit or miss, So there's a nice congregation in Palm Coast and Port Orange. Yeah, I mean, I met a lot of people when before we started the move. We traveled, we went to different congregations, we explored a lot of towns, and it was just kind of like, well, we were really set on Denellen, Florida, which is in Citrus County. We were set on wanting to be there. And what happened was, all of a sudden with COVID, all the real estate just went nuts. And we finally had a cash offer on our house, and it was like, okay, we're either gonna do this or we ain't, and we were gonna do it. Like we're only gonna get $107,000 for the house in Naples, and I was like, Katie and I were like, we have to take it and run. We just decided we were gonna take the money and run. It wasn't really optional at that point. We had to just get out of Naples, and so with all that, we took the money. That was the first step, was getting our money. No, me and Katie met on the streets. We met in my neighborhood. We have some stuff for sale here. Let's see, some clothes and stuff. There's a lot of small, little, like, independent stores here, and I don't know if they buy their clothes or if they make it locally, but there are a lot of I think a lot of these little stores might just be making their own items, and they make really good quality stuff. I think people discredit Alabama, things it's got going for it. We met each other in my neighborhood. Katie and I met in our neighborhood. Basically, it was something along the lines of, yeah, Denellen is good. Denellen is a really great town. Denellen is one of those towns where it's kind of like this, very clean. Now, Denellen, would you guys believe that Denellen, Florida, is actually more country than this? But all you have to do is look at the news in Citrus County. There's one bust after the other after the other. Like, there's constantly bad stuff going on there. It's just, but we knew that, and we told each other, you know what, Katie, we can't look at crime rates. We got to get a nice house and do a good deal with the home purchase. We can't keep looking at crime rates because we're not millionaires. Because if you start looking at crime rates, then you're never gonna move anywhere. You're just gonna be like, oh, I have to live in a gated community somewhere, and then pay. Here's my mindset. Let's say somebody right now broke into my house today, and they took, I don't know, there's probably not more than $3,000 worth of stuff in my house to take, unless you start hauling the furniture. Probably with the furniture, there ain't $3,000 in my house. It's not like if somebody broke into my house, they'd be taking $100,000. There's not that much stuff in my house. Maybe if they start hauling the furniture, they'll get up to $2,000 hit, and then they gotta take it to a pawn shop, so they'll get $400. It's not like there's anything in our house worth money, right? So here's that's okay. Let's say like we move to a bad place, and somebody does break in our house, and they take what, I don't know, my TV and my shoes or something, because we don't really have anything. If they do, we'll be out $3,000. If we move to a low crime neighborhood, the house is worth $100,000 more, so there's $100,000, and then the fees that they charge you to live in these communities are like $300 a month. So at the end of the year, you got $4,000. So you're gonna get robbed like, what I think is, the way I look at it is, you're getting robbed if you live in a gated community and you're paying an HOA fee and you're paying a security and you're paying more money for your house to live in a safe community. You're already getting robbed. At least in a poor place, I might get robbed. But if you're living in a gated community, you are already being robbed by your HOA. They got a gym here. Oh, it's like a 24-hour gym. Sweet, man. That's nice, man. You got treadmills and everything. You get what I'm saying? Like, you're already getting robbed. Am I wrong with that or wrong? There are no Brazilians here in Alabama that I've met. They're not even Cubans that I've met yet. I mean, one of my neighbors is half Cuban, but that's not a real Cuban. Like, I was like, oh, mi hermano, ¿qué what that's it? And he was like, excuse me, sir? I'm like, you're not Cuban? He's like, kind of Cuban, but not like that Cuban. I was like, oh, my bad, man. I'm not that Cuban either. I'm just trying to make some relationships here. He's like, you're not really going about it the right way, buddy. So anyways, am I right or wrong? Let me get you guys' opinion. So what do you guys think? If you buy a house in a gated community, the house is already $100,000 overpriced. Then you're paying $400 a month for security. You're already getting robbed by your HOA and by your home price. Am I right or wrong? That's okay. Okay, somebody breaks in your house. They're gonna take your stuff. What? $2,000-$3,000 worth of crap. Okay, get a credit card and buy some more crap. You know what I mean? Versus paying $300 a month in HOA fees. You're already getting robbed. Am I right or wrong? So it's like we got to the point where, you know what, Katie? We told ourselves, you know what? Forget about crime statistics. Because everything in Alabama was like the absolute worst. I mean, like in the worst, like 5% in crime in every category. And now we're here and it's like, what crime? You do see more people getting arrested. That's because the police here, like, they don't play around. Like, if you're doing something stupid here, they will catch you. So, you guys agree with that statement? That you're being, if you buy a gated community, you're already getting robbed. Palm Coast has high rises, but not cheap to live there. So we wanted Florida, we really did. But then when we looked at everything, it was like, what deal are we gonna get? And so we went from let's look at crime rates and we went to the mindset of, okay, let's just look at houses. Where does money go far as a house? Because it seems like either way with COVID, people from the Northeast are going to take over the whole South eventually. So it's not going to matter what it's like now. It's going to change, okay? And so we looked at, okay, house itself. Where can we get the best deal? Memphis, Tennessee, 2 code. Louisville, Kentucky, maybe 5 years ago, not right now. We could have done Louisville, Kentucky 5 or 6 years ago. It just didn't work out. Now we could do Louisville, Kentucky. And it would be like $60,000 more for the same house. So when we did all those calculations, we came up with one thing, which was the cheapest real estate is in Alabama and Mississippi. Why would we do Mississippi when Alabama's closer to Florida? So Mississippi was taken out. Then we looked at Georgia. I know Georgia very well. I've been in Georgia 100 times. Quite literally. You know, not even exaggerating. I've been in Georgia 100 times. I know all the small towns. I've driven through back roads, remote places. We used to even camp out at night in Georgia when we did the pigeon races. No, right now we're in Alabama right now. We're in Alabama. We're 3 hours north of Florida right now. So, we knew Georgia. Georgia has the same problems that Florida has. A lot of the same problems. Mike Banks, all right, be safe, cut. I'm sorry, man. It's all good. I think it's all good. I don't know. Maybe I should be packing some heat. Anyways, I'm gonna get my concealed carry license here soon. It's only like $12. In Florida, you have to pay something like $200 for a class, and then you can get your license. Here, you just go to the sheriff's office and be like, I want to get me a gun. And the sheriff's like, you promise me you won't shoot nobody unless they have to get shot. And you're like, I promise. To get a $100. And then after you take the class, it's like a whole bunch of hours. Then you can get your concealed carry license. Here in Alabama, I was just walking to my sheriff's office and be like, yo, man, I want that right there in my hip, man. And the sheriff's like, promise me you won't shoot nobody again, son. And you're like, promise I won't. And then you can just conceal carry anywhere you want. Oh my. Check this sign out. Southern Hospitality. A Southern Hospitality sign. We wash our hands regularly. We disinfect nightly. We always use soap to clean. We wear a mask for safety. We do it because we care. So that's how they're advertising. They're advertising social distancing as a Southern Hospitality type of thing. Interesting concept. Quite interesting. Obviously, it's a Sunday night, so yeah, it's very quiet here. Here is the Elmore County Courthouse, where we paid our property taxes to, yesterday? $507 of my hard-earned Florida money went to this building right here that we see. Yes, the Elmore County Courthouse. So I live in the same county as Wetumpka, Elmore County. Well, anyways, guys. So what we're talking about? Okay, why we ended up in Alabama, of all places. When you come back to Florida, go to Boynton. I did Boynton. I did a few videos in Boynton. Very scary place. A lot of the crappy cities underreport crimes, and most of the time don't enforce a lot of crimes. Yep, you're right. I mentioned that in a video recently. Uh, that's how they get okay with crime reports. Yeah, so um, Katie is so adorable. You probably felt for her right away. Yeah, she's a white woman. I knew I had to get my hands on her. When my sister moved to LA, she got a gun. That was 35 years ago. When you say LA, you mean Los Angeles or Louisiana? I was going to the congregation first, and when we met, she picked it up later. How come he does not get real estate license and work at Amazon? I don't know. Oh, LA, I mean Louisiana, Los Angeles. Yeah. So, anyways, I'm gonna get my concealed carry permit just in case. If you're concealed, you're pretty much not an eyesore. You kind of look. Oh, California. Yeah, you kind of look backwards if you're carrying it around. You can open carry, by the way, but you look backwards. And then if you're open carrying, you got to stick it in the trunk of your car because you can't open carry in your car. It's just a mess. Hi, Jose. We're doing good. We're the only people out here tonight. Doing a late night Sunday walk. There's a house right up on this hill. Very nice. It's got like a when you get your real estate license for work. Here's the thing. You guys keep telling me to get a real estate license. Would I be a great realtor? Yes. Would I make so here in Germany, guns for private are illegal. Check this out, guys. No, it's nothing wrong with the sisters. There was something wrong with me. It's not the sisters. It's me. I had way too many problems going on when I was a teenager. When we met, we were young. We were 18 years old. Way, a bucket of worms right there. We're touching. Well, anyways, why we ended up in Alabama was just common sense. It was okay. We don't want to do cold weather, and Alabama has a lot of abandoned buildings and just neat stuff, and we knew we wanted to be in Alabama. Like we knew there's a lot of abandoned buildings I like to explore, so we start to look at real estate. And when we start to look at real estate, we thought about Arkansas. Arkansas was definitely on the list. In Arkansas, not right now because Arkansas's gone up a little bit, but you could have gotten Arkansas in 2016. We were looking at Arkansas. We could have got a house on 20 acres for something like $89,000. And again, we're buying it cash. It's not like we're financing it. It's just, boom, paid for and done. I wish I had done Arkansas. Here's why I didn't do Arkansas. I didn't do Arkansas because, and by the way, is that I say Arkansas. Does anybody else, please tell me I'm not the only person who says Arkansas. Does anybody say Arkansas? Who says Arkansas? I say Arkansas. Is it Arkansas, like the state of Kansas, or Arkansas? Like Arkansas, your hand off if you mess with me. I don't know which one it is. What area of Michigan is safe and cheap? The entire state of Michigan is cheap. And it's actually, I couldn't believe the prices in Michigan. Because Katie's from Michigan, so we were looking at Michigan. And I was like, I don't care how cheap a house in Michigan is. Saw. Yes, that's what I've always said. Now, Katie says, Jose, you sound like a hillbilly. It's Arkansas. It's not Arkansas. You sound like a hillbilly. And she says that. So, why don't you move to Louisiana? I've been to Louisiana. Extremely high crime. Extremely dangerous. They are very warm, good people in Louisiana. There are great people in Louisiana. So the problem with Louisiana is the crime there is ridiculous, and it's like similar to Florida, believe it or not. Wow, when you talk right here, your voice. Let me back up. Your voice echoes all the way down the bridge. That is so cool. Wow, that is so cool. When you talk right in this spot, your voice echoes perfectly. Let's get going, Katie. You want to leave already? Okay, so we're going to wrap this up. Let's say at 60 minutes, we'll finish the live stream. Okay, Katie, tell me you want to go. So, this is so cool. Cool. There's one spot here where your voice just echoes right down the bridge. That's so cool. What do you mean my facts aren't right, dude? I went. Listen. Cassie no say 18. I lived in Louisiana in the French Quarter. There's nothing like that in Florida. So again, your facts aren't right. No, listen to me, bro. I've stayed. You know where I've stayed? If you know the French Quarter, I stayed in the Omni Resort. I spent $1,000 in one day in Louisiana at the Omni Resort, downtown, with a view of the French Quarters. I had four people in one day. I had four people aggressively trying to beg from me. Louisiana, and I got a friend that lives in Marrero. He's a police officer, and I've been pretty much my friend is a police officer. He works with kids in Plaquemines Parish. Okay, so I do know Louisiana very well. You're talking crap. You don't know if I know Louisiana. I know Louisiana very well. I have a friend who is an officer in Plaquemines Parish, and we're really good friends. When I go down there, they're like, "Y'all, man, you should have told me you've been here 3 days ago. We'd have made some gumbo, man. My boy, we'd have made some gumbo for you, my boy." You know what I'm talking about? So yes, I know what I'm talking about. Louisiana is extremely freaking dangerous. New Orleans is more dangerous than Miami, statistically and in practice. New Orleans is downright I had one lady, the scariest. I've been all over the streets. I've been in Chicago, Miami, Louisville, Kentucky, Nashville, Tennessee, Atlanta, Georgia. I'm starting to go through the hoods here in Alabama. The scariest thing I've ever seen in my whole life was in New Orleans. I had this lady. She came up to me. By the way, there's nowhere else in the South with more homeless people than New Orleans. New Orleans is like an open sewer. Extremely freaking dangerous place to be. It's dangerous in the daytime. At night, we didn't even go out. You see how I do live streams and stuff? And I walk around neighborhoods at night and stuff? I walked into projects here in Montgomery at night. Okay, I did a live stream in Montgomery, Alabama at night. New Orleans is downright one. What are you talking about, dude? New Orleans is one of the most scary places you can ever go to. This lady put beads on my head, right? What they do is the homeless people, they'll put the Mardi Gras beads on your head. And if you let them put them on your head, then they'll try to charge you $50 for them. It's okay, you bought them now. You wore them, so now you have to wear them. So I'm walking around, and this lady tried to put this crap around my head. And I was like, I put my hands in the way and stopped her. And she started screaming at me, and she started saying I was racist, and oh, you just trying to, you ain't just because I'm black or whatever. And then all the other black people got mad at me and like, oh, my white boy's racist and all that. And they did all that to me. And I just didn't want to have this nasty lady's braids put on my head, or beads or whatever the crap put on my head, man. Disturbingly disgusting. And it's sad. You know why it's sad? Because New Orleans are the most, like southern Louisiana people, are the most hospitable out of all the southern people. The real nice, the ones that are, Cajun, they have their culture. These are the most southern hospitality people you're going to meet. So you have the best southern people in Louisiana, hands down, no doubt about it. But then you also got a bunch of hood people that are just trying to rob tourists and scam you like you wouldn't believe, man. There's no doubt, like, New Orleans is probably, like, the most dangerous place you could visit, hands down. So, anyway, so don't tell me I don't know what I'm talking about. New Orleans is nasty. Bro, New Orleans is scarier than Miami, if anything. Like, literally, New Orleans is actually scarier than Miami. And matter of fact, don't even take my word for it. Charlie Boo, he does all the hood videos everywhere. Charlie Boo. Anyway, why am I even having this discussion with you, man? You're just trying to start an argument. But anyways, Charlie Boo made a list of the worst hoods in the South. Go watch his video, he'll tell you. Katrina cleaned up New Orleans. Katrina destroyed New Orleans, man. And then a bunch of Cubans went to New Orleans to do the hurricane cleanup because a lot of them drive dump trucks and all that. So I said I was going to stop at 60. We got 46 people. Katie, can we just do 10 more minutes? Come on, Katie. 10 more minutes, Katie. We got 47 people on here. Street smart. New Orleans is so dangerous. You wouldn't believe it. Anyway, so like back to my story about why we ended up in Alabama, y'all. Anyways, this person's saying, got me ain't worked up there. They got, oh no, yeah. They have the best food. We're going to go to New Orleans again. They have the best food anywhere in the South. Better than Miami even. That Cajun Creole food, whatever you call it. There ain't nothing like it. They got the best food. New Orleans, when it comes to food, they really got the best. Hands down, there's no arguing that. They got the best food. It's expensive. We spent $1,000 in a day there. The hotel was like almost 500. Parking was 75. Lunch was 100. Dinner was like 100. And we spent $1,000 in one day. That's very expensive. Oh my God, there's another hurricane heading that way now. Well, if you ever come back to Florida, I'll make you a bowl of gumbo. Yeah, buddy, that gumbo, that's what's up. Yeah, my friend, when he got mad at me, my friend in Louisiana, he's like, boy, you should have told me you was going to be out here, my boy. I'd have made that gumbo 3 days ago. It takes 3 days to prepare this thing, my boy. The bridge, there's a bridge that crosses the Coosa River. You mixed it up. I said Louisiana. New Orleans is worse than Florida. I was agreeing with you. I wasn't saying that. Checking your facts. Because Florida's better than Louisiana. Oh, yeah. Florida's way better than Louisiana. I would never live in Louisiana. I'd visit New Orleans at best. I want to talk like the people on Swamp. I don't know how they talk. I can talk like Boomhauer. Man, I tell you what. Put a little bit of WD-40 on that and sprinkle that old ring right there. Get on there right there, man. I'm the Berg and can make killer gumbo. You're in the Berg and can make killer gumbo? I don't know, man. That gumbo, he was mad. He was like, my boy, you should have told me 3 days ago. I made the gumbo for you. You never meet Southern people like you meet Louisiana Southern people. I don't know, man. People make some good food. Don't hate us because we're hard. No, I'm not hating, but, I mean, you ain't going to tell me it's probably the most dangerous city you can go to, no doubt. Are your utilities or taxes cheaper or more in Alabama? Okay. A mí no me estés agitando. She wants to leave, y'all. Let's roll. She's trying to tell me it's time to go. I'm like a little 5-year-old kid. Okay, mommy. Okay, mommy. Mommy. Okay, the little kid's going to be obedient. You want to go home? What's wrong? You need to use the bathroom or something? You need to find your gas station or something? Taking care of... Lower your volume. Taking care of Katie is like taking care of a 2-year-old. Put your volume on. You're like a freaking kid, man. Say, Jose, I need to use a bathroom, and that's it. And go use the freaking bathroom, man.
No, I'm just in pain right now.
So going to a bathroom isn't going to help that. So then why are you complaining?
I do have to go to the bathroom. But, yeah.
Then, well, then make up your mind, dude. Because I'm cute, man. Conmigo no. So, anyways. So we started looking at real estate. You know, like we knew we were going to get out of Florida. There was no doubt about that. So we knew we had to get out of Florida. Are you wearing your seatbelt? There's a lot of cops out here. I need to be wearing my seatbelt too. Let me wear it because it's going to start beeping. I'm just hold that for a second. So we knew we had to get out of Florida. There was no doubt about that. So when we start looking at real estate in Florida, there's like nothing we could afford. Look at it. You're recording with the sky, man. Pay attention. Give it back. So when we start looking at, is there a gas station heading back to Elmore?
Yeah.
When we start looking at real estate in Florida, there was nothing in Florida. Like, there was a house in the hood in Ocala, right? And I called the realtor in Ocala. You guys have been telling me, be a realtor. Say, be a realtor. The reason I don't want to be a realtor is because I don't want to lie to people. And here's the other thing. I can't do my YouTube and be a realtor. You can't do both. Because to be a realtor, you're not allowed to talk about neighborhoods. To be a realtor, you can't say the truth. You have to lie to people.
Turn right onto East Bridge.
So, I don't know if... what's up? Can the skateboard waved at you? That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
These kids are skateboarding. These two are up to something. They're looking... Oh, I guess they're skateboarding. No way, dude. That's what they're doing?
Yeah, they're skateboarding.
Oh, can I record it?
Jose.
Oh, man. You're like a little 2-year-old, man. You suck, Katie.
Mm-hmm.
They're riding skateboards down a hill, and I want to record it, and you want to go to the bathroom. You suck.
Jose, turn right.
I don't need a GPS. I know where I'm...
Turn left.
Oh, what's down that way? You want to go into Wetumpka? Okay. Well, on the way back, I'm going to come back over here, okay?
Okay, that's fine. Just take
Conmigo
care of me
no.
and I'll take
No,
care of
boy,
you.
conmigo no. You don't take care of me. I'm my own man. Yeah, you pet me like a little kid. So.
Who cleans your clothes and your house?
Okay, whatever.
cooks your food.
Okay, you cook my food. You didn't cook today. You wanted to go out to have dinner.
Because you wanted to get out of the
Oh,
house.
you wanted to get out of the house.
So
Me?
did you.
I was okay staying home and eating. We're gonna make lasagna.
Yeah.
I was okay.
I had to go to the grocery store anyway, so.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So like we knew we were gonna get out of Florida. Either way, we knew that we were gonna get out of Florida. That wasn't up for discussion.
Dairy Queen.
Are they open this late?
It's 8 o'clock, so I would.
But it's a Sunday. Do they look open? What time do they open? They're probably.
Yeah, it's okay. You can just
They're probably
do
closed.
whatever you're gonna do.
How about you walk into the hotel?
No. Just get me home.
You GPS this way. You told me to go this way, so.
Just get me home.
What were you trying to GPS? Do you want to go home or not? Because
I want to go home.
So why do you make me go this way? This isn't the way home. Why do you make me go this way?
For 1.5 miles.
Okay.
600 feet. Make a U-turn.
Well, this idiot behind me. I got into this lane, so now he got into this lane. So you want to go home or do you want to go to the gas station?
Home.
Okay, make up your mind. So anyways, I knew we were gonna get out of Florida. Katie gets into these like panic attack modes where she just makes you want to slap her upside the head, but you can't because you're on YouTube, and because it's not nice. And because she beat me up better than I could beat her up. Anyways, so I knew I wanted to get out of Florida, and like we agreed when we got an offer that we were gonna get the crap out of there. That wasn't really up for grabs. We knew we had to get out of Florida. There was nothing like there was a house in the hood, right? And then I called the realtor. It was the hood, you know. We knew it was in the hood. I just wanted to fill out the realtor. I asked the realtor, "Hey, tell me a little bit about the neighborhood." "Oh, I can't do that because when I signed my license to be a realtor, it says that I can't talk about neighborhoods." I'm like, "Yeah, but you know, you're selling a house in the hood." And she's like, all the houses in Ocala have been on the market for 3 days and they're gone in 2 or 3 days. And I was like, yeah, but they're in a nice side of Ocala. This is in this neighborhood. This house has been on the market for 6 months. Why has this house been on the market for 6 months? "Oh, no, the market's been..." I'm like, lady, it's in the hood. It's in the ghetto. I just want to hear you say this house is in the hood. "Oh, I can't do that because my real estate license." And I was okay, well then sell it to somebody else. You know? And she refused to talk about the neighborhood. And how the crap are you? I know it's in the hood. I knew that. We were just there doing a hood video like 3 months ago. We knew this house was in the hood. Like, we knew that. Just tell me it's in the hood. That's all I wanted to hear. Then the realtor say, okay, the neighborhood's not the most desirable. It's a high crime neighborhood. It's not the most up and coming neighborhood in town. She's over there breathing like, panting like a dog. So I don't know what her problem is. She wants to get home. Anyways, so that was one of the options we had. And the realtor then, I told the realtor, okay, I'm driving to Alabama. Okay, so even though I didn't like that, so I'm driving to Alabama. I'm going to be passing by Ocala at 7 o'clock at night. And by the way, the sun was out. That day we left Florida, it didn't get dark till 8:30. I said, I'm going to be passing by Ocala. What did it, Thursday or Friday? What was it, Katie?
Thursday.
It was a Thursday. A Thursday at 7 o'clock, I'm going to be driving past, Ocala. And the house was right by the highway. Show me the house at 7 o'clock. "No, I have to show you the house Friday at 10 in the morning. I said, lady, I'm not going to stick around for another day. Your opportunity to show me this house is Thursday at 7 o'clock at night. Could she have done it? Yes, because I actually talked to the lady that owned the house and she was home. But I had to go to the realtor. Okay? She didn't want to show me the house at 7:30 at night because at 7:30 at night, there's people outside playing rap music and hanging out drinking beer. She wanted to show it to me on a Friday at 10 in the morning so I wouldn't see the people outside selling marijuana across the street. Because that's what happens on that street because it was in the hood. She didn't want to show me the house at 7 o'clock at night. She said it had to be at 10 in the morning on Friday. I said, lady, I'm not going to stick around to see this house another day. If you're either going to show it to me or you ain't. And she was fit. So whatever. We kept driving past Ocala. And we drove all the way to Dothan, Alabama. And we almost stayed in Dothan. Like, when you use this gas station bathroom, Katie?
No, just keep going home.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Because you made me rush over here. So now you don't want to go?
Yes, we need to go home.
Okay. Can you drop me off at the whatever. So anyways, it was one of those deals where like the realtor could have done better, and she didn't want to. Like she really didn't want to do better. Then we got to Dothan, Alabama, and as soon as I got to Alabama, I liked it. We went to Tallahassee and we hung out in Tallahassee for like half an hour. And in Tallahassee, we didn't like the environment there, so we just kept driving. We got to Dothan, Alabama, and I didn't like Dothan, Alabama. It's very hood. You know, I like Dothan. It's a nice city. But like in the hotel, playing rap music outside late at night, which I don't care, but when my neighbors play rap music late at night, I don't care in my neighborhood, you know, once I'm there. But I was at the hotel and it just seemed kind of trashy. There's people playing rap music in the morning. There's people in the hotel who were just kind of, you know, doing business. They were on a business trip that wasn't quite the right type of business trip. So you know what? I was like, all right, whatever. You know what? It's not a big deal. I didn't do Dolphin. The real estate there was affordable, but I didn't like the environment. So we kept driving, and we went to Montgomery, Alabama. And we thought we almost signed papers on a house in Montgomery. And then we started to look around the neighborhood, and I was like, man, this is so hood out here. Like, Montgomery looked really beautiful and pretty, and flowers and brick houses up on hills. And now that, I mean, we would have been, what do you think, Kate? If we had bought that house in Montgomery, we would have been all right, right?
We would have been all right.
It would have been all right. It was a four bedroom or three?
3.
It was a brick house from like the 60s. It had 3 bedrooms, 2 bath. The whole house was inhabitable. It was a little outdated. Did it have central air? It did have central air.
Mm-hmm.
It had half an acre in the middle of Montgomery, and it had a brick. The best thing that it had was a building in the back. It had like a 4-car garage made out of brick, not even wood, with a concrete. Now that I look back on it, it would have probably, as far as real estate, it would have been a better deal to go with the other house. I still have my regrets about not buying the house in Montgomery. I really do, because it was $90,000.
Yeah.
It was $90,000. But it's in a neighborhood where you don't want to go outside at night. You know, like the house was a great deal, but the neighborhood was really dangerous. So we looked at another house in the countryside, and we went with that one simply because it was just a great deal, and it was out in the woods, and there was deer out in the front yard and all that. So that's kind of how all that transgressed into, that's how everything worked out. It worked out to where I do have my regrets about not buying the house sometimes, because it was more of a civilized option in the city. Even though you have more crime concerns and all that, it seemed like a more civilized option. So I do have my regrets about not buying the house in Montgomery, especially with that 4-car garage, man. It was a 4-car garage, with 2 garage doors. It had air system generators hooked up. It was a nice deal, but then we would have been living in the hood, and crime concerns and all that. And I was like, do I really want to do that to myself? I don't think I do. Jose, I have her headache, raised blood pressure. I don't know. So that's how all that worked out. We've been looking at Alabama for a while. The thing too, we were looking at small towns, right? And we would have made, and I'll warn everybody who's thinking about moving out to the countryside. I mean, like, from the bottom of my heart, if you're leaving the city and moving to the countryside, don't be more than 30 minutes from a city. Not a town, a city. Because we would have ended up in a place, like, there was this one house I really, really wanted. And it was 2 acres. It was a 4-bedroom, 2-bath, and it was like, what was it, like $70,000? It was in Banks, Alabama. That's around it's around Troy, Alabama, in the southern region of the state. I really wanted to look at these houses in the middle of nowhere. The first place we went to, so we came to Montgomery, we looked at the house in Montgomery, and then we came up to Alexander City. Alexander City, on paper, looked really, really nice. It looked like the perfect small town. It had just enough going on It seemed like a good deal. Alexander City. Actually, we were almost to the point where we thought Alexander City, Alabama was going to be the place we're going to end up. Excuse me. We ended up about maybe what is Alexander City from here? 45 minutes, an hour? We're about an hour away from Alexander City now. I'm really glad that fell through. Alexander City would have worked out, except for the whole, like, see right now this is a flat road. In Alexander City, it's up and down mountains, and you get so sick. At least I get road sick. You start going up and down those mountains, You get so sick. What Danny Drew say, Katie?
Another small town to visit, Burnt Corn, Alabama.
Burnt Corn. Yeah, Burnt Corn. Everybody's told me about that one. So we were looking at Alexander City, and there was a city in Jackson's Gap, which is right outside Alexander City. The thing about Alexander City is because it's up in the foothills, man, you'll work up a headache. Just imagine a 45-minute commute in the town, or if you need to go to a big store or something, going up and down those mountains, you get so sick going up and down those hills. It's like one hill after the other. Here, there's like, there's some curvature to the, it's not flat, but, it's nice grades. It's not those up and down. Oh my gosh. We're up and down where I live on my street, but then maybe tonight we'll see the deer when we get to my street. Let's give that a try. The last few live streams, we wait right until we get to the house to show you guys the deer. You guys haven't had any luck with the deer. Maybe tonight we'll see the deer. So Alexander City, there was a really nice house in Alex City, and we ended up thinking, because it's near rich people, because we come with the stupid Florida mindset of we got to be near rich people. So we thought we wanted to be in Alexander City because there's rich people on Lake Martin. Now I've realized that I've been here, that I've actually made money in the hood. Like, quite literally, I'm making money in poor inner city neighborhoods. In like regular neighborhoods, I'm making more money than off rich people. Like, I'm glad I didn't go with Alex City, because I thought, being near the rich people, I'll be able to get more work. And it's not true. You get more work in regular areas. That mindset people in Florida have, where you have to be near rich people to make money, is so wrong. Anyways, our Florida mindset was leading us in the wrong direction. We got to Alexander City. Beautiful city, by the way. I'll do some videos there soon. It's not too far. And there are some nice houses there. On Google, it looks really crappy in hood. And then we actually got there in person. And wow, it's a clean city, a nice city. Actually, they have a nice downtown. We'll do Alexander City. That's another city we're going to do that's really nice. We'll do a live stream from there soon. We're passing the Elmore County Airport right now to the left. You used to live in Alex City? Well, get down to Alex City, and the house, there's this house on Realtor. It looked like a great deal. How much was the house, Katie? $70,000?
Yeah.
So it was a house, a 4-bedroom, 2-bath for $70,000. It was a duplex. So we told her, Wetumpka. We looked at it on Realtor, and it looked like a great deal. It was a 4-bedroom, 2-bath for $70,000, and the house was concrete block. On the Realtor website, this looked like an incredible deal. It looked like an amazing deal on an acre, guys. It was on an acre of land. So on paper, it looked like a great deal on paper. We thought, wow, this is going to be it. When we show up there, totally heartbroken. The house had mold in the walls. It had mold behind the countertops. It had mold on the floors. It was a block house, but it had a wood floor, and the wood floor was weak, and like the smell of mold was everywhere. And it had a 2-car garage too. But I told Katie, if we move into this house, we're both gonna die from our asthma. So we passed on that house, and we were disappointed because we
like the things that I noticed about the house was, if I walked around on it, I was eventually gonna fall through the floor.
Yeah, eventually you were just gonna fall through the floor. Like, it looked like a nice house superficially on paper, but when you started looking at the house, it needed so much work. So we were so disappointed, man. We were driving back from Alex City like, man, what are we going to do?
Yeah, it seemed like it needed 2 times what the house was worth.
Yeah, it was just you can't buy a house like that. You know, it would have never worked out, and I'm glad it didn't work out actually because now that I look at Alex City and I've been in the area, I don't like it anymore. Like it looked good on Google Maps basically. So that's the thing about like when you look at Google Maps and all that, when you hit the ground, you're gonna find out stuff you're not gonna see on Google Maps or realtor websites. So came down to all right. Now we got decide exactly what we're gonna do. Our realtor called us back. He says, "Look, man, I got a house I want you to look at." We looked at it and we pretty much made an offer on it right away, and that's the one we bought. On an acre, 3 bedroom, 2 bath. It needed a roof, and it had some roof damage too. It had mold in. Our house had mold in when we bought it, but I got up in the attic. Right, the realtor's like, "Man, I'm not supposed to let you do this, man, because if you get hurt," I'm like, "Bro, please let me get inside of this attic." So I go inside the attic, and I climb up there and I looked at the roof. I found where the roof damage was, and there was mold underneath on the drywall, but it hadn't got to the trusses, it hadn't got to the wood. It was all on the insulation and the drywall, which is what, $50 worth of material. So I told the realtor, "Hey, let's do this, man. We're buying this house." So as soon as I bought the house, the first day I ripped out the insulation, I ripped out the drywall, got rid of the mold, and then the first week we put a roof on it. And I really wanted to be in a small town. We're now in the Prattville, Millbrook area, and that took 20 minutes away. So a 20-minute drive to that area. What did 3 drops of sunshine say, Katie?
I would not mind living in Warwick. It's nice there.
It is New York, but then it gets cold in New York. Yeah, like New York. I don't get why people from New York City just don't move into all those little towns in North New York. I was looking at Warwick, and that area is beautiful. They got mountains up there. It's pretty up in New York, man. I'm telling you. It's beautiful up in New York. All right, guys, I'm going to lower my camera. Just so we don't show you guys. I don't want to show where I live. If I see deer when we get into my street, I'll record the deer, but I don't want to show exactly where I live. I can't believe we got 62 people on board on a Sunday night. We got more people on tonight than we did on Saturday. It might be better to do Sunday night live streams.
Yeah. Saturday night people like to go out.
Yeah, that's probably why. Sunday might be a better night in New York is cold. What I don't get is why people from New York don't just move to Warwick or all those small little towns up there. I was looking at it on Google. It looks beautiful, and they're affordable. But I guess when they decide to leave New York, and it's not too far. This is just outside of the New York metropolitan area, so it's not like you're out in the middle of nowhere. If I have charge on your phone, baby, can I just drop you off at the house and come back and do a live stream from over here? Because we got almost 60 people on board. It's probably a creepy thing, white man. Okay, so Katie, read a few comments back to me.
I want to leave Florida for Michigan.
You better think about that really hard, man. First of all, the real estate in Michigan's gone up incredibly because I guess as people left big cities, like Canadian Lakes, where Katie's from, we could have got a house like ours for $50,000. Remember we were looking at one house that had a creek in it, baby?
Yeah.
Yeah. And the other thing is, guys, at the beginning of the month, I'll do live streams from the computer. At the beginning of the month, we'll do live streams from our computer. And
It's the beginning of the month.
No, we have to wait until the 14th, right? When does our internet get not throttled? When does the pay period start on the internet? Because our internet's capped. So once the cap starts over on our internet, then I can do from the computer. Live streams, we can look at real estate from the computer.
I think the 8th.
The 8th?
Yeah.
Cool. So, anyways, when that happens, I'll do some live streams from the computer. So, we'll get one part of the month where we'll be doing live streams on the street, and the other part of the month we'll do live streams from the computer. Well, anyways, that's how we ended up in Alabama. I was looking at properties between 5. There was this one house that I wanted. The thing is, I would have probably starved to death in these places. We're on our street now, and we're on our street now. and we got to drive. We might lose signal here because we're between the mountains here. We got to drive through. Although last time we didn't lose signal, so hopefully we won't lose signal. But this is what our street looks like here. I want to drop it real quick. It's just Family Guy's on. Hey, don't be telling people to go somewhere else. How about Long Island? Long Island is so expensive, man. It's like anything near you, New York, is gonna be expensive. New Jersey, New York, all that, man. But maybe we'll see the deer today because this is the second or third time we do a live stream driving through my street, and the deer are usually out here. But you guys haven't been lucky. Hopefully tonight will be the night. But the thing is, if somebody drives into the street, they get scared. So, being a Sunday night, I think the odds are on our favorite. We got the odds are on our side tonight because nobody works on a Sunday night, so there may not be anybody driving through here to scare them. So the deer might be out tonight. We'll drive real slow, and hopefully we'll see the deer tonight. And yes, there are deer on our street. They're on our front lawn in the morning. At night, they're on my front lawn. A few nights ago, there was a deer rutting. They go like, it sounds like a cow mooing. It's the coolest thing ever. We were looking at small towns in the middle of nowhere where you can get a house on 5 to 10 acres, in Alabama for like in our price range under 100,000. And now that I look back on it, I'm glad I have all the city comforts. Like today, we were in Wetumpka 20 minutes ago. Now we're on our street, right? Like 20 minutes ago, we were in Wetumpka. I can be in Wetumpka. I can be in Montgomery in 20 minutes. Downtown Montgomery, by the way. I can be in Prattville in 15 minutes. I can be in Millbrook in 10 minutes. Like, it's just amazing how nice we have so many options. Like tonight, we could have gone. Like tonight, when we leave the house, we have 5 different towns we can go to. When we left the house, say to have dinner. We wanted to get out and do dinner tonight because we're just taking a day off easy today. We ended up going to Wetumpka. We could have gone to Prattville. We could have gone to Montgomery. I mean, we could have gone to like 10 different towns, So I'm glad that I ended up in a more rural area, immediately in a rural area, but in a 20-minute drive to a city. So if you're thinking about moving, try to stick to like outside of a big city, and if you're outside the city, a lot of times like the Walmarts and all that, they're not even in the city. They're on the outskirts of the city. So if you're 20 minutes outside of town, you're 15 minutes from a Walmart, Okay, guys, so hopefully the deer are out today. Hopefully they're out. We're almost to where the deer hang out. Hopefully they'll be here today. I want you guys to see it so you can believe it. I'm going to go real slow. I'm almost going to creep through here. Because you know what I think? I think we've been driving too fast when we do it. And then we scare them. Let's just go real slow. I'm almost going to stop to a creep here. Why am I talking low? They can't hear me inside the car. Alright, guys, so this is where the deer usually hang out. Lower the window. Hopefully they're out and about. They're not here. They should be here. Come on. Do you see any? Katie, get off your phone. Look at the deer. Look for the deer. Somebody's making a fire. I can smell it. Come on, guys. Are they here? Are they here? Where are the deer? If the deer come out, I'll show you guys with the screen. Please be out and about. Ah, it's so frustrating. We're almost home. Maybe they're on our front lawn. Come on, Kitty isn't working. Sometimes they hang out here. Remember the one time they were up on this hill? We just gotta go real slow and hopefully we won't scare them. We left our lights off, so they might be on our driveway. You know what we should do? We should leave the camera out by the corn feeder and then leave it as a live stream, like a scheduled live stream, and then the deer will be there. No, they're not here. All right, guys. Should we go to the end of the road, see if they're back there? Man, that sucks. I wonder if we're ever going to see them on live stream. It's not like you get to pick when you see the deer. They're out and about when they're out and about, They're out and about whenever. Jose is fun to listen to when there is only 28 likes. I know, right? What's up with y'all not hitting the like button? So, you want me to drop you off at the house and I'll keep going back to my live stream? There's a lake here. In this lake, I'll show you guys. There's a lake here. And that lake, we'll be able to we'll be able. We're home, guys, so the live stream's not over. Don't check out. I'll drop Katie off and then I'll go back into town or something. Y'all just hang in there for a minute. I just don't want to show you guys where I live. We've got way too many creepy stuff. There's a property marker there. Anyways, it's been awesome that, like at night you can usually see the deer out here. For some reason, we missed them today. And eventually we'll get the deer on camera. Maybe we can do a live stream where like we leave the camera out by the deer feeder. Maybe they're on her yard. I don't know. I don't see them.
Like,
Not today, not today. Alright, Katie's finally home to do whatever she needed to do. Let me open up the house for her, and then I'll hit the road still. Maybe I could just do a live stream from my driveway. Or in the house. Maybe we'll get something in the house. Who knows? We'll find out. Here's the keys, Katie. Get yourself in there. But anyways, we'll see the deer eventually. Eventually we'll see the deer. Is that camera facing me? Is that dark? Oh, there I am. It's dark as crap. But let me get in the house real quick, y'all. But we'll eventually see the deer. We will. It's gonna take, luck basically. Anyways, does anybody? Whoa, we're in the dark. We're in the dark now, y'all. It was a dark. LA is nothing like New York. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't like big. I think all, but different. Yeah. Charger at me, or is there one in here? Throw one. Okay, guys. Yeah, I mean, California's warm weather. California and Florida are similar in a lot of ways. I'm gonna go downtown real quick, y'all. We'll head back into town. I don't know. I need a phone charger because this thing's gonna die for sure. I'll grab the phone charger real quick. Can I leave y'all alone for like 1 second? I'm gonna run the house and grab the phone charger. Can I do that for y'all? New York versus California. I'm not sure. Personally, I wouldn't want to do either one. Maybe California, like either way, like, anything nice is expensive. Whether it's in California or Florida, regardless, anywhere. Let me see what you guys going on. I know where I would want to be in New York. Throw it at me. Throw it at me. Yep. All right, babe, I'm gonna go ahead downtown.
okay.
So I'm gonna head back into Millbrook or Prattville or something real quick. Yeah, boy, we got 51 people on here. So I think I'm gonna switch over to Sundays because I've been trying to do these live streams on. On Saturdays, and it's just we didn't get that many people. You know who I do envy? I envy somebody. The World According to Briggs. He had 300 people watching his live stream, and he must have made $300 on his live stream. He got a lot of people. Let me hook up the phone real quick. Oh, I gotta hook it up. Boom. So we don't want to kill the battery. Yeah, the World According to Briggs, man, he had 300 people on his live stream. And out of those 300 people, something like, he was getting like $300 on his live stream. I had to give him money too, because there were so many people. I wanted to talk to him, right? Jose is dropping hints. Oh, snap. Jose, check out Greenwood Lake in New York. You would make money there. You like California. So, Greenwood. That's all right. I mean, at the end of the day, it just. I don't get. We've been doing a live stream. As soon as we got to my house, we lose signal. Isn't that crazy? My house is like we literally had signal everywhere we went. And then the moment we got to my house, we lost signal. That's a little frustrating, isn't it? Like, we lost signal the moment we got to my house. Like, as soon as we got to my house, what's up from Michigan? Yeah. Oh, yeah, what I was saying about Michigan was, like, all right, so Katie's from Michigan. She's from a little place called Canadian Lakes. And we were thinking about Michigan, except for I'm not moving to Michigan. Are you kidding me? You know how cold and snowy? It's 48 degrees. Like, right now, I bet you it's probably like 48 degrees. Probably get 38 tonight. I ain't doing that. But, we entertain the idea because Katie's from Michigan. but it's not gonna happen. I can guarantee you. Anyways, there was a house in the town where Katie's from, Michigan, and this house you could have got it. You could have got this house for $50,000. It was a little wood cabin. Like, it was a wood frame house, but I guess in Michigan, houses back then weren't worth anything. We could have got a little wood frame house with 2 acres with a creek in the mountains, very similar to what we got here, except for the creek was way closer to the house, and it had water flowing through. It was a beautiful creek, and it was $50,000. And I told Katie, it looks beautiful in January, in July. But what's this house gonna look like in January? You know, what is that house gonna look like in January? You won't be able to leave it. You'll be stuck there. Like, it's up a hill in Michigan, way out in the woods. So, oh, there's what is that? A dog? Oh, that's the neighbor's dog. I thought it was a deer. That's a dog. I was like, is that a deer? Woof! That thing. Oh crap! He's barking at me. Yeah. So like my street, dude, you don't want to come out here at night. We got dogs, big dogs running around. You shouldn't be walking. And there's no, like, people let their dogs out at night. And they got big dogs. They got like Dobermans and that Doberman right there. My neighbors told me, like, you see that Doberman down there? You don't go near that thing. You don't go near that thing. But anyways, big Dobermans are out running around. My lady across the street's got two Dobermans. They're not even Dobermans. They're boxers. Now boxers, these things, when I first saw them, I was like terrified. They're like and they're fat. They're so fat. They look like propane tanks. That's how fat they are. They look like a propane tank with legs. You know what I mean? These dogs are so fat. And yeah, they're fat. And I was like, but then the deer would hang out with the dogs. So like the lady, she goes, you see my two dogs? If you go out there in the morning, you'll see the deer. They're the same color as the deer. So I guess the deer hang out with the dogs. And that way they feel protected. So like if I were to get my mail at 6 in the morning, like two deer would fly out of the dog fence and over into the woods because the deer hang out with. But they only come out. They only come out. The deer only come out at night. In the daytime, they go deep into the woods because they come outside at night to eat and all that. But in the daytime, they're in the woods. I saw pretty hood around here, like this across the street. This neighborhood's pretty hood right here. Not too far from. There's like people fighting here. Like earlier on today, there was like people fighting here earlier with like bats and everything on the road. So it's pretty rough out here. It's still Alabama. I mean, it's not all. This is like the hood here. You can just tell. And there was like people fighting and everything earlier here. Like I drove by and there was like people with bats and stuff running and everything. So it's still Alabama. I mean, don't get me wrong. That's why I tell people, like, Alabama's not for everybody. It is just out here. You don't want to start street stuff. You just want to, like me. I'm not gonna hang out with anybody. I'm not gonna give too many opinions about too many things. You know what I mean? Because this is still Alabama, y'all. This is still Alabama. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. This is still Alabama. It's not for everybody, but it works for us because we do hood blogs at all things, so we'll be all right. It's still Alabama, so I tell people, like, all right, don't get it confused. Don't let the deer fool you. Don't let those deer on my front lawn fool you. This is still Alabama. Are you definitely leaving in 2 years? I don't know. Oh crap! I was trying to put my seatbelt on, and I totally slapped the camera. Okay, I said I would leave. In 2 years I can sell the property, and I can make a huge profit. I can literally make more money selling my house in 2 years if the economy stays about the same. not like it's doing great. We've already made equity on the property, so if I were to stay here 2 years, in 2 years, I could probably get 120, maybe 130 for the house, and we brought 100, so we made a $30 easy. And actually, no, we bought this SUV. We'll be better off, But let's drive into town real quick. I mean, I'm already out of profit, basically. Let's go to Walmart. That's probably the place to hang out in a small town on a Sunday night. I don't know. Well, anyways, yeah, I mean, I talked about, in 2 years I could sell the house. And the reason it's 2 years, if you're from another country, in the United States, if you've lived in a house for 2 years, after 2 years, you can sell the house and you don't pay taxes on it. So what we do is we put our money into the house. We put our money into the house. All right, all our money goes into real estate. And then when you sell it every 2 years, you don't pay taxes on that. So you can keep increasing your net worth. And you can do that all the way up to $750,000. You can keep increasing your net worth without having to pay taxes on it. So that's kind of what we're trying to do. We're trying to put our money in the real estate, and then when we sell it, we don't have to pay taxes. A little Donald Trump Jr. move right there, right? But here's the thing. I'm starting to like it here. I don't know if I want to move. And wherever I move to next, I may not be as lucky as we've gotten here because we like our neighbors a lot. And that's usually not a problem. But when we come from Florida, we've had nightmare neighbor situations. So it's just the fact our neighbors aren't, horrendous. That's already like, we may not want to leave. We might like it. And we got lucky with my business because I'm getting a lot of work around here. And maybe if I move somewhere else, maybe that area won't produce as much as this area does. So I feel like I got so lucky with the fact the phone's ringing every day that maybe I shouldn't try to relocate again in 2 years because it seems like it worked out really well. Unless my YouTube keeps growing, if we can get up to 30 or 40,000 subscribers, then we can move wherever I think with 40,000 subscribers, we could probably just not even buy a house. We could probably just rent a house and every 6 months move somewhere different once we burn an area out, and just see the whole country. That's really what we wanted to do. And we almost did it, but we decided, times are kind of difficult now. So we're better off just buying a house and settling down somewhere for a while versus kind of running around. You know what I mean? So yeah, we've thought about it. We've given it some thought, and we'll see in 2 years how we feel. If in 2 years we don't like this area, we'll sell the house and we'll move somewhere else. It might be Mississippi. It might be. We'll figure it out. We'll see how the winter treats me too, because if the winters are harsh here if I think the winters are too hard, then I'm definitely not going to stick around being cold, harsh winters. You know what I mean? Like if the winters are really bad, then I'm not going to stick around for crappy winters. If the winter here is not pleasant to me, I'm heading back to Florida. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to sit here and tell you, BS. If the winters here are too much for me, we're going to head a little bit further south. We'll see how the winter goes. I mean, I know it's going to snow. The thing is my junk removal. Like, my junk removal did so well that I'm almost afraid to move now because I kind of found a sweet spot, And that could change too, because all it takes is for my junk removal to go to crap is for 2 other people to start a junk removal business in my area. And then boom, it's done. You know what I mean? Like in Naples, my junk removal was great for many years. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, 4 competitors pulled out, One of them watched my YouTube channel, saw that I was doing good with the junk, and started I guess he had enough money, and he started a competitor company right there in my backyard, So if I get competition, then this will be over for me, and it'll be over for the competition too, because there's not really that much work here in volume. To work when you don't have competition, but if I get a lot of competition here, then I'll be looking for something else to do, because that's all it takes to ruin a market is competition. I know the big companies aren't going to come here because there's not really, I'm doing subsistence work, I'm just doing enough to get by, and that's all I need. But a big company, they're not going to want, like the big junk companies, they want to be in an area where they can move 100 jobs a day or something, or 20, 30 jobs a day. Here, there might be 1 or 2 jobs to argue over. What's up, Danny? How's everything in Mobile, Alabama? Are you guys recovering well from the storm? Has life gone back to normal in Mobile? I went to Pensacola, man. I couldn't believe how bad it looked there, man. I just passed the Walmart. There's nobody. I can't believe there's people at the Walmart. I guess they're employees. Let's find out. Let's pull into the Walmart real quick. This is the Walmart here in Millbrook, Alabama. There's one Walmart 10 minutes away. You know one thing I don't get about this area? Look at the moon coming up over there, guys. We'll show you guys in a minute. There's a Walmart in Millbrook, and then there's a Walmart like 10 minutes away in Prattville. There's a Waffle House in Millbrook, and there's a Waffle House in Prattville. It's like you got all these companies. Hey, $1.76 for gas in Alabama. What are you guys paying? Wait, I thought Walmart was closed. Why are there so many people here? That's a lot of people for a closed Walmart. There's a lot of people here. It's supposed to be closed, but look at this, y'all. There's a lot of people here. I guess, are those all employees? Maybe they're open late. What time is it? Hey, Katie, can you find out what time Walmart is open till in Millbrook? I can't believe there's that many people here. They might be open late. I miss Walmart being open 24 hours. I really do. I think Walmart is taking advantage of COVID to get away with not having to be open all the time. I don't like what Walmart did, y'all. So there's a lot of people here. That's kind of weird. So let's see here. All right, let's go through some of these comments. I've been driving, so I couldn't look at them. Jose misses Florida. I don't miss Florida. But I will be honest. If these winters suck, if the winter sucks here, then trust me, we ain't sticking around for it. We'll have to reevaluate in 2 years what we're going to do. I can't believe how many people are out here. There's a lot of people out here. This is the Walmart in Millbrook. Gas is $1.61 in St. Louis. Wow, I hadn't seen it that low in Alabama. That's pretty low. Alright, so they're playing music. I gotta back up a little bit. Let's back up over here. Is there such a thing as winter in Alabama? There is, yeah. I mean, I'm wearing a sweater right now. You couldn't be out here without one right now. There's people over there. Are they fighting? Are they playing? Oh, crap. They're playing ball. No way, dude. There's people playing ball at the Walmart. I got to join this little thing. Hold on, y'all. Hopefully I'm cool enough to... Let me ask them if they're cool. They're playing ball. Oh, dude. I love Alabama. There's actually like... is that like a football game or something going on at the Walmart parking lot? There's some type of game going on over there. That's so cool. See, you couldn't do that in Florida. In Florida, cops would come and shut that down. They wouldn't allow that. They would say they're trespassing or... Yeah, there's just a bunch of kids playing... Are they playing football or basketball? Who knows? There's a bunch of kids playing a game of something at the Walmart, dude. That's so cool. On a Sunday. Thank you for shopping at your local Walmart. That is so Alabama, y'all. It's like a football game. I'm asking if I can just hang out and watch. Good school. Yes, Jamaica, Queens. Jose would be a millionaire there. Oh, I know. But the thing about New York is, like, okay, you'd have to pay to live there. So it doesn't matter how much money you're making. You still have to, Let me ask if it's cool if I watch the game. I think they're just playing soccer or something. That's cool. So, anyways, this is the Walmart here in Millbrook. Yeah, that's it, y'all. I mean, it's all good. Walmart here. They're playing music, so I can't get near them. I'll get a copyright strike. But anyways, if you look behind me, there's people playing. I guess they're playing basketball, or maybe they're playing something. I think they're playing soccer or basketball, or I don't know, maybe kickball or something in the Walmart parking lot. That is sweet. See, in Florida, that would go wrong. That would become like an incident on the spot. So, there's not, I mean, there is life here in Alabama. Like, that's the thing. Like, it's a Sunday night, and there's still stuff going on here. Yeah, I think I would become rich if I was in New York. I don't want to live in New York. It's just too cold. I don't care how much money there is to make. If I have to make that money in 30 degrees below zero. That's why they pay so... Don't they pay a lot of money? Look at the moon, y'all. Look at the moon. Hey, you guys can see that moon anywhere in the United States, even Jamaica. So wherever you're watching from, we can all see the same moon, no matter where you're watching from. If you're on planet Earth, We can all see the same moon. So, Danny Drew, does the snow shut down your city down? He's in Mobile. I don't know if he gets. He'll get less snow than I will. I'm about 3 hours north of him, so I'll get more than he will. Not enough. No. He'll get less snow in Mobile than I will. It's a big event when we do. 2 years ago in Mobile, we got about 1.5 inch. Half a day. Yeah, here it's like a half event. If you get snow, it's a half day event. Jose would be a millionaire in Jamaica, Queens. Yep, in the summer. I wouldn't be there in the winter. Jose, how can't move to Jamaica, Queens and start your garbage business? They're open till 8:30. What time is it now, Katie? There's a lot of people here. There's actually like I don't know if it's a soccer game or a kickball game. What is it? I don't know what the rules are, but there's some type of, it's like a volleyball game, I guess. There's like a volleyball game at the Walmart. And if you notice, there's black people and white people hanging out together. That's the one thing I like about Alabama. It's very integrated here. It's almost 9. Okay. Cricket. Oh, it's cricket. Yeah, I don't know what it is. There's just like a bunch of people playing a sport of some sort at the Walmart parking lot. And even tonight, they hang out at the, if we go into Prattville, I don't want to drive to Prattville now, but if I drove to Prattville, there's actually, what is this sport? Yeah, only in Alabama. People playing cricket. People playing cricket in a Walmart parking lot on a Sunday night. People need to remove junk. He can sell the junk. Rent in New York is outrageous. They have $5 million, 900 square foot condos. That is insane. Yeah, I wouldn't want it. And their prices are... Oh, there's a ball. The ball went way over there now. See the ball? I guess that ball went far. I wish I could go near them, but I don't want to interrupt. Or, I'm live streaming, so I don't want to show their faces or anything. But it would be cool just to hang out with them and just... Only in Alabama, y'all. Are you kidding me? Like a full-on sporting event. A full-on sporting event at a Walmart parking lot. And they got music blasting too. This kid took his shirt off. Oh, snap. I don't know. It's like I see footballs. I see soccer balls. What happened to your older brother? What was in your videos? Went back to Florida. Joe Gallo, that's my dad. If you keep being a jerk, I'm going to deblock you, man. Don't be a jerk. That's my dad. You're trying to say that I'm old. What do you get by saying that I'm old? Eventually, we're all going to get old. So, can you guys hear the music that's playing? Because if there's music playing in the background, I'll get hit with a copyright strike. I don't know, look alike. He's my dad, man. Of course I look like him. But I think you're doing it to be rude. If you're doing it to be rude, you better stop it, bro. Because you like to watch the live streams, and if you're being a jerk, you won't be able to watch them. I'll delete you. That's a kind of nice to see people hanging out. And yeah, it's cool. And like, actually, I'm too tired to drive to Prattville. But if I drove to Prattville, there's actually in Prattville a hangout spot there too, where people just hang out at night. Actually, that's where we did the live stream last time. Is that a full beer? Oh man, that's a full Corona. Somebody just left a Corona. Somebody just left that. Somebody dropped a Corona. I hope it's a Corona. It might be something else. What do you guys think? Corona, drive to Pratt? Katie says drive to Prattville. Should I do it for you guys? I don't know, Katie. They haven't done any super shots today. They want me to drive to Prattville on a Sunday night, and they ain't done no super shots. I don't know. It's peas. Yeah, I think it is. I don't think it's a Corona at all. Oh, that's a bad joke on somebody right there. Jose, es tan oscuro, es imposible to find you. You guys can't see me? Is your screen black? I can see. Is the screen gone black? I might have to charge the phone. Okay, so we got one person saying they can't see me. Can you guys see me? Because I got one person saying they can't see me. Can you see me at all? Can you guys see that I'm at a Walmart? I'll drive to Prattville, but y'all ain't even giving no super chats today. I am so jealous of, what's this guy's name? You guys can't see me. It's because the phone's dying. So what I have to do is I got to charge the phone. Yeah, so I gotta charge the phone. But basically, when the battery gets low, it shuts down the camera. So I think if I can see the Walmart. Okay, so some people can see me, some can't. I'm gonna guess we got 62 people on board. It's crazy. AJ, welcome on board, AJ. All right, now we're talking. So thanks, AJ. He's got the $5 in gas to drive to Prattville. Let's go to Prattville, y'all. AJ, thank you so much for the super chat. That's the gas money to drive over there. This car is a gas hog, man. Thank you so much, AJ. That's basically the $5 to get down there to Prattville. This car is the biggest gas hog you guys have ever imagined. Let me charge my phone because some people said they couldn't see me, and a lot of times it's because the camera shuts off. Once, yeah. So Jose needs gas money. Dude, this car is a gas hog. It says the gas mileage, like what it thinks it's doing, but trust me, y'all. It is crappy. Anyways, like I was saying, I get so jealous of the world according to Briggs. He had 300 people on his live stream, and it was like he gets more super chats than I get comments. I'm like, dude, this guy's making a killing. He probably makes like a few, maybe I guess several $100s on each live stream, probably 1,000 on a good day or something. That is crazy. 8 feet to the gallon, yeah. And it lies, man. It says it's. I don't even want to look at it. I really don't. The car is very comfortable. I'm not gonna lie. Look, it's a very comfortable car. It's got very nice controls for the air conditioner. It's got it's a nice car. It really is nice, comfortable, very nice car. It's got a lot of space. Also, let me show you guys the back of it. You can't see it because it's dark, but it's a very comfortable ride. Leather seats and all. Leather seats. It's a very comfortable ride, but the gas mileage on this thing. This thing is a gas hog, man. All right, I got my seatbelt on. Get a Prius out, dude. I would rather pay for gas and drive a Prius. Am I the only person who would rather pay for gas and drive a Prius? I'm a GMC fan. They've done so well for me. I used to have Fords before, and they were bad. I think I spent over $8,000 repairing Ford transmissions when I had Fords. My Hyundai I wouldn't drive a Hyundai. They make Hyundais here. I think I've met people here. A lot of people here work in the auto industry. Lots of auto industry, and that's why there's so many Koreans here. I've tried cleaning my windshield. I don't know what the problem is, so don't be mad at me about the dirty windshield. I have tried cleaning this thing. Look at it. They put the exhaust pipes on the truck. That is so hilarious. Do you see stuff out here that's so sunny? You just crack up. So yeah, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do Hyundai. And the other thing about okay, like let's say you buy a car that's good on gas, right? This SUV will make it to 300,000 or 400,000 miles. So when it's got 200,000 miles, you can still resell it for a decent amount of money. So either way, so we're AJ paid the gas so I can run down to Prattville. So I'm gonna show you guys Prattville at night. And they're building. I don't know what's this gonna be here. No, it's not a Taco Bell. What is this gonna be? A Panda Express? Does anybody know what they're building in front of the Walmart? This is the Walmart in Millbrook. What are they building in front of the Walmart in Millbrook? I think these are cops here. There's a Saxby's chicken here. And there's a cop here. That's definitely a cop. I don't know if there's one cop or two cop. Now hiring. Everybody's hiring out here. This is definitely a cop, though. I don't know if he's just... Oh, there's two cops here. All right, we got two cops here. See, if this was Florida, those cops would definitely be harassing those kids for loitering in that parking lot. That's what they would call it. But then those kids, they're having fun playing soccer in a parking lot. That's a nice, clean activity. Nothing wrong with that. In Florida, the cops would go and harass them, and then they would go and do something really bad. You know what I mean? That's the thing about Florida. They don't let people let people breathe, man. Like Alabama's a state where you can just kind of do whatever it is you want, as long as you're not bothering anybody. The cops are pretty cool here. They are aggressively targeting. The cops do seem to aggressively target. If you drive an old clunker looking car, you know. I wonder if I could say what's up to these kids. They're definitely having a blast over there. You can see them all hanging out over there. But then there's two cops over here. They're carrying each other. Man, that looks like fun over there. I wish I was young enough to be able to hang out in the parking lot without society thinking I'm a creep. At my age, at 30 years old, you hang out in the parking lot at Walmart and you're just a creep. There's the one, the only thing you can really envy in life is youth. You know that? Youth is the only thing that you can really envy. Because it's the one thing we probably won't get back in this lifetime. You guys think 30 is a baby? I feel old, man. What? I feel so old at 30. Jose, don't look for trouble. I'm a good guy. I don't look for trouble. I don't have a criminal record. Don't want one. Don't need one. Don't want a criminal record. Don't need one. Man, I don't look for trouble. Most towards the estates of the woods. All right, y'all. So we're gonna drive into Prattville, courtesy of AJ. But man, when I go on there and I see the world according to Briggs, I'm like, man, what a lucky guy, man. He's making $300-400 on each live stream. I mean, 2 weeks ago, I made $100 on a live stream. I couldn't believe it. I was like, what? I made $100 on a live stream? You know, there's cops right there. Those two are probably cops. I think they might be cops. At least the first one. So now we're in Millbrook. We're heading towards Taco Bell is my favorite. Yeah, we have a Taco Bell right here. This city makes no sense. Millbrook and you know what I think honestly, and I know that people from Millbrook are gonna say that's not right, Jose. I really think that Prattville needs to just swallow up Millbrook. That's definitely a cop. No, it's not a cop. There's just SUVs that look like cops, but they're not cops. But you guys saw we started this live tour in Wetumpka. We were hanging out in Millbrook. Now we're going to Prattville. So there's a lot of urban areas here, man. You can just do different stuff. And for being a Sunday, this area is not too bad. I mean, you go to a Sunday. Oh, here we got it. Another Waffle House. You guys, okay? So right by my house, there's a Waffle House, and there's like another one right here. Does that make any sense at all? And there's a McDonald's right here, and there's actually a McDonald's less than 3 miles away. There's a McDonald's here by the highway, and then there's a McDonald's right by the entrance to my house. There's a sign, welcome to Prattville. So now we're in Prattville. But anyways, you have a Waffle House and a Waffle House and a McDonald's within like proximity to each other. Like what, 2 miles from each other? Like it's so weird. Like how they just have. Anyways, we're on Highway 14 now. I'm gonna take Highway 14 all the way. We just passed 65. So if you want to look at it on Google Maps or something, we just passed Interstate 65. We're on Highway 14, and we're heading towards downtown. We're heading west. And Regions Bank. There's a Regions Bank here, and then there's a Regions Bank 3 miles away on 14. It's like, oh crap. Oh no, I blew the red light. I tried to get through it. Lots of cops out here though. Millbrook, Prattville, this area. Millbrook is very strongly patrolled. I think it's more patrolled than Prattville and Wetumpka. There's a lot of police patrol in Millbrook. Oh yeah, because there's so many prisons over here. They're building a new prison in Tallahassee. You guys remember I made a video where I interviewed the mayor of Tallahassee. If you haven't seen that, I definitely recommend you go watch that video. I interviewed the mayor of Tallahassee. It's great. I mean, I would have never interviewed the mayor of a town in Florida. The mayor of a town here in Alabama asked me to interview him. He toured I got a tour of a town from a mayor of a city. And he's quite the character, man. He right now he was on the news just today because he supports a new prison that they're building in his city. A lot of people are against it, but he says the prison's going to bring a lot of work to the community. And a small town needs to have work. So for the state of Alabama to put a prison in his town, that's good. It brings a lot. I can't read it. But, you know, it brings a lot of income to the area. Lots of good stuff with a person coming to town. But the mayor supports the idea, but a lot of the people there don't. So he's got an issue where he's trying to bring to the town. And, I mean, you're talking thousands of workers and thousands of inmates. So it's thousands of people coming to your community. That makes a difference, even if they're cops and inmates. But anyways, that was on the news today. You know, the mayor of Tallahassee wants to bring a prison to his town, and the state's about ready to build it. And the people in the town are like, we don't want these inmates and prison guards here. So sometimes you got to take the good with the bad or something. I don't know. So we're almost to the center of Prattville. You guys noticed that we went from commercial. Now around here it's residential, so there's less stuff to look at. But we'll be in downtown in about 5 to 10 minutes. My arm feels like it's going to fall off. I've been holding this thing for 2 hours straight now. And I said I wasn't going to do a long live stream. I lied. I get onto these live streams, and there's 50 people watching. I'm like, I want to stay on. So we're in Prattville now. Prattville's a nice city. I actually recommend it. I would actually recommend Prattville. You know, we'll see how the winter treats me. Because then again, like, if it snows here and then the snow melts by the end of the day, you know, like, let's say it snows, but it's not going to be like, if in the winter, like, the temperatures, according to what I'm looking on the internet, right now it's 60 degrees. According to my SUV, it's 60 degrees according to my SUV right now. You know? And it's supposed to get up to 65 in the winter. If it gets up to 65, you can bear that. I mean, it gets in the 30s at night while you're sleeping. That doesn't matter. And my house is really well insulated. Here we have a Dollar General, Planet Fitness. There's some type of furniture store in there that was really expensive. Jose needs sleep. I work too much. Even on a Sunday, man, I don't stop. Like, I told myself I wasn't going to work today. Here we are, 2 hours into a live stream. I'm a workaholic. I don't know what to do about it. At least I didn't start cutting down trees today, because I have like 5 piles. My neighbor came over the other day. He's like, Jose, man, you got to just slow down, buddy. You're doing too much, man. So this is another major road here in Prattville. It's a good-sized city. It's got 50,000 people. Here's another Taco Bell. You see what I'm saying about businesses? And here's an Advanced Auto Parts. I'm pretty sure there's an Advanced Auto Part near that. Oh, Church's Chicken. That's one I haven't done yet, and we are going to do Church's Chicken. We will. Here's another McDonald's. That's the third McDonald's in a 15-minute drive. Here's another Walgreens. We have a Walgreens on 14 over there. It's a lot of like repeat business here. Little Caesars, and there's one by the house. It's just now we're heading like towards the. Here's a Wendy's and a Wingtown. There was a shooting here on the right side. There's an event center, and there was a shooting maybe 3 weeks ago. There was a shooting there. It's a CVS over here. Wow, there's actually another Winn-Dixie on this side. And then there's a, what's this? Is that a Whataburger? No, I don't know. A Hardee's. There's a Hardee's by the house. An American Deli. So, like, a lot of these businesses have several locations in town. Like, the state of Alabama has an old state law. The sheriff will look at that. I'll read that when I get back over there, Danny. I gotta hit the brakes because I'm flying down this hill. Here's the train tracks. And this is pretty much the historic core right here in town. So we'll be in the historic district soon. I gotta step on the brakes real quick because we're coming down this hill. Lots of auto dealerships and stuff. So this is kind of... Here's another... Wait, wasn't there just a Dollar General like a block away? There's a Dollar General here. Look at this, dude. There's a Dollar General here, and there's a Dollar General less than a mile away. A lot of these businesses, they just like open and open and open and just take over. This gas station at 183. 183. Okay. So now we're in the historic core of Prattville. And there usually are going to be people hanging out there in the parking lot. Sometimes the cops hang out there too. There's a no loitering sign, which makes no sense. It's like everybody in town goes to hang out there. And there's a no loitering sign. So I think with the no loitering sign, it's like if you're just being an idiot, then they can ask you to leave. You know, with the sign. But if you're just minding your business, you're usually good. 51 people. Guys, I think we should switch it over from Saturday night to Sunday night on these live streams because look at how many people we got on board. Actually, I'm going to keep driving and then I'll pull back around town. Let's do it that way. I'm going to keep driving. So this is downtown Prattville. I think we did a live stream here yesterday. So obviously it's a Sunday, so it's kind of slow here. But you notice how around the outskirts of town you got all the businesses and all that stuff. And then when you get over here, it's kind of more historic and it's more charming. So we're on Main Street now heading into town. Obviously, there's going to be pretty much nothing going on this late. There's people hanging out over there. Sometimes there's actually a lot of people hanging out here. $30. What's $30, Katie? What's $30, Katie? So basically, it's a ghost town. This is downtown Prattville. Any AJ Vintage, exactly. People with healthy issues with low vitality. So here we are. Let me get out. There's actually people hanging out here. There's a few cars. And they hang out over there. But we're going to sneak around the back on them. I'll park right here. So this is downtown Prattville at night. I don't know if my phone picked up enough charge. He did half trying to get to finish, but when he wants the road and the yarn. This town looks nice. Oh, yeah, Prattville is really nice. Prattville, I would actually recommend it. All right, I got to disconnect the phone. Hopefully, I don't lose charge because... Oh, yeah, my business license was like $30, like not even $40. It was like $36 or something. Wow. Welcome to Prattville, Alabama. Prattville is a very nice town. I would actually recommend it if you're looking at Alabama. I can't say this on the internet because it makes people mad. But I'll say it to you guys. So remember I made a video saying that... I made a video saying that, top 10 best places to live in Alabama. And I put Baldwin County as the first place because people expect to hear that. It's the beach county in Alabama and all that. I want to be honest. I like Prattville a whole lot more than I like Baldwin County. I was just there and I didn't really like it at all. There's a lot of traffic. It doesn't have any charm. So this is a real charming small town. Just like Wetumpka. It's just a nice little town. It's got a main strip. Actually, I think Prattville has Wetumpka beat because there's more business here. Wetumpka, where we started the live stream. Yeah, check out AJ, definitely, when you come through, check out Prattville. Check out Homewood if you drive through Birmingham. Check out Homewood. Check out and Baldwin County is not bad. The beach is here, but honestly, it's a great place to vacation. But actually living there, I know there's even a Facebook group called Relocating to Baldwin County, and I'm gonna be honest, I like this more. I really do. It's 60 degrees. It's probably 59 by now. It's slowly. Katie, can you tell me? Can you tell me what the current temperature is in Prattville, Katie? My SUV says, check out Mobile, according to Danny. Danny Drew, when we go to Mobile, what's the most hit place to, or, district, or what's the go-to place in Mobile? In Mobile, what's that go-to place in Mobile? The hippest place, coolest place to be. This car's going to let me pass. Cool. So there it is. There's the moon shining over Prattville. Beautiful night. Katie, can you tell me the temperature in Prattville? According to our SUV, it's 60 degrees. Hey, Jose, how many Alabama towns have you seen so far? Which one are on your next list? Dolphin Street in downtown. Okay, we're going to check that out, man. We're eventually going to do Mobile. The question was... Hey, Jose, how many Alabama towns have you been to so far? Which ones are on your next list? The next town that we want to go to on purpose is called Madison. It's right next to Huntsville. We almost did it on Thursday. Here's what happened on Thursday. We wanted to go. We thought about going. We were getting ready to go. Then we decided to go to Florida because we wanted to check out the hurricane damage. We thought it would get more views. So we went to Pensacola instead. But... we almost left to Madison. It's cold by the creek. because the water's coming off the creek, and it's really cold here. It feels like, ooh, it's cold, cold, cold out by this creek. I know you guys probably can't see it, but the water's flowing really strong by the creek. Sometimes you can see turtles at night. It is cold by this creek, y'all. I don't know how cold it is right now in Prattville. According to my SUV, it's 60 degrees. But being by this creek, it feels so much colder. Like, it feels like the temperature like dropped 10 degrees just because we're next to this creek. So that's what the humidity does. If you're looking at these are all locks. Basically, you write your name on a lock. Most restaurants downtown close Sunday. You have to go by the malls to get food. Yeah, so like tonight on Prattville, there's stuff open late on Prattville, like Applebee's and stuff. That's over on the other side of town. It's so weird that Alabama is only like 10 degrees warmer than upstate New York. Yeah, it's actually pretty decent weather here. Hey, bye, Jose, early bird here. Yeah, tomorrow you guys have to go work. I understand it. If you got to go work. It says 61 degrees. It feels a lot colder than that because it's near the creek. I like to come to the creek at night because you can see the turtles. Of course, with the phone, you guys won't be able to see it. But one of the things I like to do here is come at night because there's usually these big turtles that come at night and you can see them. The water's so clear. If there's a fish in that water or a turtle, you can actually see it from up here. That's how clear it is. So people come here and they leave their, AJ, what they do is you'll write your name, like, I guess it's like a love thing, you know, like you write your name on a lock. So this is all like, you'll write your name on a lock. You write your name and your partner's name on a lock, and then you put it here. So it's kind of like a love thing, you know, like it means like you're going to be together forever. So that's what the locks are about. So all these locks represent couples here in this area who have put the locks of love. You know what I mean? Katie and I, we haven't done it yet. But, yeah, we've already made our commitment. So there's no putting on. We've been on a lockdown for long. There's a big tree down there. I don't know if you guys can see this. The water is very clear. And there's kind of like a big tree down there. And you can just see the water flowing around the creek. Very cool. So, yeah, Prattville has a creek that flows right behind downtown. And the reason it's called Prattville, I don't know if you guys can see it. You probably can't see it too well. But that big building was built in the 1800s by Daniel Pratt. And Daniel Pratt came here to make cotton gins. And gin means engine. It's short for engine. And he wasn't actually making cotton. He was making the machines, the process of cotton. So you can imagine that was a very important industry in the 1800s when cotton was what ruled the world, basically, in those days. Made Alabama the wealthiest place you could be, basically. Yes, he did have slaves. However, I will say one thing about Daniel Pratt. Based on historical accounts, he had 2 slaves that were known, and they're actually recorded. And his slaves, when he gave up his slaves, when he freed his slaves invested money into his company after he passed away, which would suggest that when his slaves were freed, they actually had money. So when he freed his slaves, they actually were compensated very well. Apparently were compensated very well. I don't think there's too much lightning here. There is when there's a storm. It gets very scary when there's a storm. But anyways, his slaves were very well compensated because it mentions, and his slaves, they must have really liked him because think about it. If you had a slave master and your master frees you and then you grab your own money and invest it back into your master, that would probably suggest that either there had to be some type of friendship there, or business acquaintance, or who knows what. But anyways, apparently when he let his slaves go, they had their own wealth because they were able to invest. Katie, call Dad and tell him I'm doing a live stream. Just tell him I'm doing video en vivo. Me and Dad talk every night. My dad's calling me. Tell him to go to YouTube. So this is the creek. I don't know how well you guys can see it. It looks a lot better with the bare eye. Storm Nick, is there a lot of lightning here? Yeah, if there's a storm coming through, it gets really bad. Yes, love. Your dad is calling on repeat. Katie, just answer the phone and talk to him. Say Jose's working. He's doing a YouTube live stream. He'll know what it is. He watches the live stream sometimes. My family moved out of Manchester, England because it was a textile city and no more cotton because of the war. Yeah. So what happened here in Alabama affected the entire world. I mean, these gin machines, they were sent to France. These engines that he was making, Daniel Pratt was making the actual machines that cleaned it turned the process into something that had to be done by hand into a mechanized system. And the factory was right here. I mean, he actually had the factory who was making these things right there. No, he just talks to me every night. It's not an emergency. I haven't ran into too much meth problems here. In Florida, I did. Not in Naples, for sure. Not in Naples. But if you're going to North Florida, I don't know how well you guys can see the creek. I know it's kind of dark. I know you can probably hear the creek. But there's the creek. My family moved to the Five Points. Oh, yeah, New York. I've seen movies and stuff. It removes the seed from the cotton, exactly. These machines were sent to Russia. They were sent to France. They were in Cuba. They were sent to Cuba. So the entire economy of the world in the 1800s depended on these machines that this guy was making. So definitely this is a place of nobody's hanging out here today. It's probably too late. The day that we moved in here, when we moved in, I think the day or a week we came downtown, there was actually a lot of kids hanging out here. Notice there's a bicycle here just sitting there. It's not tied or anything. Go walk in the creek. No, not today. We walked in the creek in the last live stream we did. There's just a bicycle sitting there. Not at night. It's too cold. Definitely. It's just a random bicycle. So people just hang out here. You got one truck hanging out. Not too many. It looks like a low-crime place, and it probably is. The thing about it is, if you look on the internet, it talks about how this area is really high crime. Supposedly, the crime rate here is horrible. I don't feel like there's crime here. I mean, I can open carry if I want to, and I don't. And I'm going to get the concealed carry. And I think I will do more concealed carry. By the way, in Alabama, to get the concealed carry, you just pay your sheriff $12, and that's it. In other places, you have to, like in Florida, you have to take a class and blah, 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 blah. So, yeah, this was a very important place. I mean, in the 1800s, he came here. And Daniel Pratt had a lot of business partners. And his business partners didn't move to Alabama because they thought it was backwards. In the 1830s, you can look this up if you don't believe me. In the 1830s, they thought it was backwards. So his business partner was like, man, we ain't going to Alabama, it's backwards. So he came by himself. You know, he lost many business partners because they were afraid to come to Alabama. He came here to Alabama, started his, factory, which there it is with his slaves, and unbelievable. I mean, hey, I can't believe we got 54 people here on a Sunday night. You were right about not being able to breathe in Florida. It's hot, man. It really is. I mean, here it's 60 degrees, and being near the creek, I'm going to be honest, it's probably a little bit cooler right here by the creek. Yeah, good parking, and it's free. You don't have to pay to park. There's a truck here. There's nobody hanging out here tonight. There's one car hanging out over there. People do come here to hang out at night. AJ, I sometimes do too, but never shot. How many blacks did he own? I don't know how many slaves he had, but either way, his slaves had enough money to invest into his company after they were freed, which that's another thing. There's also this is a very interesting fact about Prattville, just so you guys can understand the climate of this place. When I say climate, I'm talking about, I think it's about 20% African American. If somebody wants to Google how much African Americans there are in Prattville, I believe it's like somewhere between 20, I'm going to guess 17 to 23%. If somebody wants to look it up real quick, I would appreciate it. I can't do it because I'm doing a live stream. If I go on Google, it'll shut down my live stream. But what's interesting is that his freed slaves, when they were freed, they built their houses. Now keep in mind, Daniel Pratt was the person who founded this town. So I guess he could do whatever the crap he wanted here, Probably the wealthiest guy in town. He's actually buried in a mountain right behind, that's the mill. right there. There's a mountain back here. You can just make out the cell phone towers on top of the mountain back there, and he's buried there. So basically, guys, I guess he could do whatever he wanted in this town, and his freed slaves were actually allowed to build their houses in the 18%. Yeah, that's about what I thought. 19% African American. Yeah, it's somewhere in that range. It's probably a little bit more. Yeah, it's probably accurate. That's very accurate. Probably 18, 19%. Yeah, 21, 20%, something like that. It's definitely not more than 23%. So yeah, not 19%. Thank you for doing that for us. So it's just a small African American population, considering Alabama's 33% black, so it's below average. Well, anyways, what's interesting about Prattville is that his freed slaves were allowed to build their houses inside of city limits. Like, the African American neighborhood is just adjacent to downtown, and that's a very rare thing in Alabama, especially in the 1800s. So go figure. In the 1800s, in Alabama, Daniel Pratt goes through the war. By the way, he was neutral in the war, but he did supply materials to the Confederacy. So he was supplying materials to the Confederacy because they were his personal business partners. So it didn't seem like he had too many interests in the war, especially considering he was doing cotton, not all things. Yeah. But anyways, Daniel Pratt frees his slaves, and they're allowed to build their houses right here in the city. And to this day, there's an African American community adjacent to downtown. So if you go right outside of downtown, there's a historical African American community right near downtown. So you would imagine if they're living downtown, that they would probably be allowed to use the restaurants and other businesses. It seems like here, I mean, don't quote me on that, I might be wrong, but think about it. If they were allowed to build their houses in the city, if the African Americans were allowed to live, imagine the statement that was in the 1800s, that these freed slaves are living in the center of city. It must have been a huge statement for Alabama in the 1850s. So don't think that everything in Alabama was the way you read in the history books. There were a lot of towns where the African Americans were it all just kind of went along with integration, and the end of slavery, it all crept along at not everywhere, but in a lot of places it did. Sounds like I'm a fan of the slave master Pratt. Well, think about it. Having slaves didn't make you a bad person. Exploiting them did, because let's say, I'm sure if I lived in the 1800s, I would have bought slaves just to have them not be treated like crap. You know what I mean? Like, if it was the 1800s right now, I would have bought slaves, because why would if I would want them not to be living in horrible conditions. So I would have bought slaves and probably freed them if they whatever, you know what I mean? So I don't think it was, as for a lot of them, were a lot of people did it all wrong. Anyways, that's a really crazy conversation to get into, but not all slave masters were bad. I mean, like I said, Daniel Pratt, in his case, as soon as he freed them, they had money because they were able to build houses and invest into his businesses. So that's not like he was, you know what I mean? And actually, probably his slaves were probably business partners with him, where to the point where, like I said, after they were freed, they still invested back. Basically, they were freed, had money, and then they gave it back to him to keep investing with him. So, I mean, keep in mind, when he came over here, his business partners, his white business partners, they didn't trust in what he was doing. You know what I mean? So it was basically, his slaves were probably more like business partners to him. They were by his side doing everything. Who knows, right? Wealthy African elders sold their poor to the rich foreigners. Yeah, even in Africa, a lot of the slave catchers were said to be Africans who sold their own people. You know what I mean? So it's a round circle, man. Anyways, that's a crappy conversation to get into, but it's historical, so we have to touch on it. But either way, very progressive for the era, no doubt about that. One of Pratt's slaves, Charles Atwood, purchased a house in the center of Prattville immediately after emancipation and became one of the founding investors. Thank you, Living Blank, for commenting that. I appreciate you knowing the name of the purchased of the freed slaves. So yeah, and in order for that, you think about that. You guys think about that for a minute. In order for that freed slave, Charles Atwood, to purchase a house in the center of town right after emancipation, that means that Daniel Pratt had to have his hand into that. He had to say, okay, they're free. They're going to live right in town with us. They're not going to live outside of town. So you can imagine Daniel Pratt had to have some type of influence in that. And then they gave their money back to Daniel Pratt to continue investing with him. You know what I mean? Like if you have if you have a slave master and he was horrible to you or whatever, you're not going to reinvest back into that person. You're going to wish that person death. You know what I mean? So who knows? It doesn't seem like it was just a crazy relationship. Anyways, interesting history. I wanted a quiet rural area in Michigan. Michigan would be like, if I had enough money and I could have a house in Michigan, I would. But it would be a summer home. It wouldn't be a... I wouldn't live in Michigan in the winter. It's horrible. I have my neighbors back in Florida across the street. They snowbird from Michigan and Alaska. There's 2 families that share the house there. Let's see what it says here about Ottawa Creek. I usually pass on these signs, but I'll read this one. Since the 1830s, the water of Ottawa Creek have powered cotton gins that employed generations of families, turned saws that cut wood for lumber to build homes, barns, businesses, ground corn and grain that have fed families and livestock alike, baptized and provided recreation for thousands of people. Ottawa Creek continues to be a source of beauty and wonder. All the streams flow into the sea, yet the sea is never full. To the place the streams come from, they will return again. And I believe that is a scripture from the Bible. So this is a scripture from the Bible. All streams flow into the sea, yet the sea is never full. To the place the streams come from, they will return again. That's actually a scripture from the Bible. I believe it's in Psalms, erected by the Alabama Tourism Department in 2010. So Ottawa Creek is obviously very important. Think about this. This is where people would have done their baptisms. Where's Belleville? I'm not sure where that is, Belleville. What's a good area with jobs in Michigan? I know there's a lot of Cubans in Michigan. I think it's in Grand Rapids. There's a lot of Cubans, Puerto Ricans, Dominicans in Grand Rapids, Michigan. No, Big Rapids. I'm sorry. Big Rapids. Is it Big? Yeah, it's Big Rapids. Lansing, basically. That area seems to have attract Cubans. For an area in Michigan, for Cubans to move to Michigan, there better be a lot of jobs. Because Cubans aren't just going to move to Michigan, by the way. There has to be something good there for them to do that. Michigan people are awesome. Katie's from Michigan. So nothing wrong with Michigan in the summer. It's beautiful. It's just living there in the winter. Stevensville says Katie's good. Katie knows from Michigan. That's where she's from. Yeah. And like Kentucky. We thought about Kentucky too. But man, I lived in Kentucky. Even Kentucky's too cold. Katie, can you tell me what the current temperature is in Louisville, Kentucky right now? Upper Peninsula. Yeah, it gets cold up there. I was up in... I want to do eventually a road trip around the UP. We want to go into Michigan, go around the UP, come back out to Chicago. I went to Wisconsin, and I drove to some rural areas in Wisconsin in 2016. Katie didn't go with me on that trip. That was a business trip that I went on, where I ended up in the middle of nowhere in Wisconsin doing YouTube videos for my other channel. And man, I had a great time. It was March and it snowed in March. When my airplane left, it snowed. Like as my airplane was departing, it started to snow in March. Yes, it got cold, and I mean to the bone cold. Like it was like 60 degrees, and in 20 minutes it got down to 30. Like a wind came, and all of a sudden, like you can feel the temperature drop 1 degree at a time until it got down to the 30s. And then that was the day I left. And then the airplane departed. When the airplane departed, as it departed, it was started to snow on the tracks. It was like, what on earth? Came down to Florida and it was blistering hot. March is hot in Florida, but in Wisconsin, Michigan, it can snow in March. I don't know about Michigan, but it can definitely snow in March in Wisconsin where I was. It was snowing. Great people in Wisconsin. If you're okay with cold weather, one town that I recommend because I was there, and according to statistics, it's one of the best towns. One of the best towns in one of the best towns in the country is Madison by statistics. Low crime. They really do not have a hood there. They have a few apartments that are kind of trashy, but there's no hoods, and there's no homeless problem in what's this place called in Wisconsin. They build sheds for the homeless. I mean, the winters were so brutal there that they had to find a solution for the homeless during the winter. Yeah, there are some horrible places in Michigan. Flint, Detroit. Yes, there are some really. But then, like, it's like all places. Like, they'll have a good side and a bad side, like all places. But Louisville, Kentucky. Does anybody know what the current temperature is in Louisville, Kentucky? That's one town. You guys asked me about towns that were on my to-do list. Definitely Madison, Alabama, not Madison, Wisconsin. Again, Madison, Wisconsin, I definitely recommend it if you like cold weather. If you want to live in the cold, try Madison, Wisconsin. It's a great town, great people. I had a really nice time there in Madison. We get snow here in Southwest Michigan. Oh, yeah. Yep. So there it is. I mean, I know it's dark. We're in the shadows of a building that's been here since the 1800s. It's 52 degrees in Louisville, Kentucky right now. The thing about Louisville, Kentucky is it's just too cold, man. You know, for me, it's too cold. So this is a building that was built in the 1800s. You can hear the water flowing over here. It is very cold near the water. I remember one day in Louisville, Kentucky, I had to go to a dentist appointment. And it must have been something like, it must have been 11 degrees, I think it was. Yeah, 11 degrees. At 7 in the morning, I had a doctor's appointment in downtown Louisville. My sister took me. She had this Toyota Corolla, this little green Toyota Corolla. She had the Tweety sticker in the front. You know, late 90s, go figure. We're probably listening to Selena on the way there or something. So we arrive, and my sister, we're not as cool as we used to be. My sister was like my mother, basically. She really took care of me. My brothers were jerks. My sister was like my mother. So she took me at 7 in the morning on one of those frigid days. It must have been 11 degrees. The Ohio River is there, and it was windy, and the wind would flow between the buildings. It was the most, to this day, I remember how cold and frigid it was to be there in Louisville, Kentucky with 11 degrees. One time I took the bus and it was 7 below. So I had to walk to the bus stop and 7 below. The good thing was that in the cold weather, the school buses, the waterfall is right there. So if it's kind of loud, it's the waterfall. But the school bus would stop every like 10-20 minutes so that it would be at the bus stop they took extra time in the morning. Oh, they turned sprinklers on. That's not cool. So here's a statue of oh crap, they got sprinklers turning on. There's a statue of Daniel Pratt. Very creepy this late at night, not gonna lie. It's called the City of Fountains. You can't see the big water, the big waterfall. You can't see it. There's an artesian well here, which every time I come here I drink water from it. And actually, they got a sprinkler shooting water right at me right now. I'm going to drink some water. I've been talking now for almost 3 hours. All right. So this is a fountain here. Yep, Prattville is known as the City of Fountains. Well, Prattville, I'm going to sit down here. There's like this little bridge here. I'm going to sit down for a minute. Prattville is known as the City of Fountains, and right behind us you can hear the thundering waterfall. Unfortunately, it's too late. They need to put some lights in there at night so you can see it at night. I hear Provo, Utah is a very clean city, but it is a little expensive there. I didn't like the real estate at all. I looked at the real estate in Provo and I didn't like it. It is a very clean city. Any place where people are religious, it's good to live in. Maybe Utah or Alabama in the South. If people are religious, usually you have a little bit less crime. Kind of the reasons we chose Alabama was because people here are more religious. I thought it might have had hope, but nope. Hey, what's up, Walton boys? Welcome on board. I am hanging out. Katie's at the house already. I'm hanging out. Hanging out in Prattville. We started off in Wetumpka, but we're actually in Prattville right now. I told myself I was going to do a very short live stream. Here we are, 3 hours into this. Crazy how we get into these live streams and we never end them. But I got 46 people watching. How could I walk away from this, right? Small world. It sure is a small world. So this is Prattville. I think they need to put some lights in the big waterfall. They need to run some lights through it. So if you come here at night, I think this is brass. This is concrete or brass. Oh my gosh, that is brass. Wow, I thought it was concrete. That's actually a brass. That's a very expensive fountain. It's actually brass. All right, long-legged one. You got to leave in a minute. Thanks for joining us, my friend. I know a long time without jobs. Well, thank you for checking out long-legged one, and actually checking in more than checking out. Thanks for letting us know you're on your way out, man. You're always welcome on our channel, my friend. Thank you for joining us. I hope you have a great day. Vinny Castro, how much can we get for the fountain? I don't know. It's solid brass. It's got to be really expensive. I thought it was concrete, but it's solid brass. It's got about a 1 inch, look at that. It's got about a 1 inch plate, half-inch plate of brass. Never seen anything brass that big in my life. I don't think I've ever seen anything that big out of brass. Okay, well, here's what's gonna happen. I think eventually, what I would like to see happen, we have a broken sprinkler here. So we got some flooding here. If anybody watching from Prattville wants to contact the city and let them know. Oh no, nobody's gonna steal that. We have a broken sprinkler head right here. Broken sprinkler head. It's just popping water into the. They actually have sprinklers here, but it's flooding everything. As you can see, somebody needs to fix that sprinkler head. It's flooded actually. All that right there. I wish you guys could see this. It's too dark. I can see it with the bare eye. But right over there is the waterfall. And they already put a new roof on the building. So I think they're gonna make it like apartments or something, or hotels. Whatever they do. There was talk about making it like a town center with businesses and stores and stuff, but apparently the funding for that didn't go through. So they had to settle with just a simple, I guess a hotel or something. In other words, they had better plans for it, but they couldn't get the funding. Man, this is so cool. Look at this, guys. There's the full moon right over there. I wonder if my lenses are fogged up. Let me try to clean them. Clean the lens, see if we can get a better shot. No, it just looks that way. I don't know why the moon looks so crappy. It looks pretty good to the naked eye, though. Very clear night. Beautiful night here. We're looking straight down Main Street in Prattville. Jose will greets in Alabama COVID. I'm sorry, you're going to have to type better. I can't really understand what you're saying. St. Pete is too touristy. I totally agree. St. Pete is a great city to be a tourist. Horrible city to live in. I think it's overpriced. I don't like it. It might have been better in the past than it is now. I don't think somebody will, living blank, I don't think somebody will steal it. To steal that fountain, you would need a actual, like, forklift or something. It's solid brass. It's got to be maybe a ton of brass. I mean, that's got to be a $20,000 or $30,000 piece of, at least $30,000 fountain. That's incredible. I can't believe it's actually solid brass. That is incredible. But that's Alabama for you. So cities we want to do soon. You can hear in the background the waterfall. In case you're wondering what the background noise is, it's the waterfall. Well, it's about 59 degrees or 60 degrees here. I did a video in, I have to upload. I just haven't got around to it. I actually did a video. Could you guys imagine in Florida, there's no metal bars on these windows. Can you believe that? In Florida, they would just bust this out and steal everything. You know, like they say, for example, they say, in Florida, it's high crime. In Florida, Alabama, it's got really high crime rates. So look at these windows, guys. Not only is it open, there's no metal bars on the windows. It's also well lit inside. You can see everything inside the store. If this was Florida, they would break these windows and steal stuff. In some parts of Florida. But anyway, it's just a little observation how, supposedly this area has a really high crime rate on paper. But in reality, I don't really think so. Again, just look at all these businesses. They don't have any bars on the windows. It's not a ghost town, considering it's a Sunday night in Alabama. Cash only. So, lots of nice little businesses. I don't really like, can I be honest? I don't like Tampa, St. Petersburg area anymore. I really don't. I did St. Petersburg because it was so popular with my subscribers. But I'm not really big on St. Petersburg. The city part was too hood. The only thing that St. Petersburg is good for is if you're a tourist, it's got one of the largest tourist districts in the state of Florida. It's almost bigger than Miami. I might be wrong on that. But the tourist district, well, you got Miami Beach. It's almost as big as Miami Beach, like the tourist area in St. Petersburg. It is massive. It's a massive area for tourism. St. Petersburg is so overlooked when it comes to tourism. Well, it's not overlooked, but it doesn't have the... I don't think people realize how big St. Petersburg is when it comes to tourism. And that's what makes it a crappy place to live. Same thing can be said about Daytona. Nothing but bad stuff I hear about Daytona. I went to Daytona, and I tried to like it, and it was just like... Maybe 2014 I was there, and I fished, and I didn't catch anything. And the only thing that I noticed was lots of motorcycle gangs, lots of meth, lots of just everything that's bad. And it's so packed, you know what I mean? Like, it's all for tourism. So, again, St. Pete, people that tell me they want to move to St. Pete, I'm just like, oh, man. I don't know if y'all really ready for that. I left St. Pete because of the lack of opportunities for good-paying jobs. Danny, I'm actually making more money here in Alabama than I was in Naples. And supposedly Naples is the richest place in Florida. Oh, them people in Florida, they're mad as crap at me, man. They're like, how are you going to say Alabama is... It's the truth. I'm actually making more money here than I was in Florida. So the richest place, Alabama, supposedly, right? They said, oh, you're moving to Alabama. It's the worst place you can move to. You're moving to Alabama. It's the worst place you can move to. I'm making more money than I was in Florida. Florida's a good place to retire. It's a good place to vacation. If you already got your money made, go for it. But if you're a working class person, you better keep your butt in South Carolina or Alabama or something. I don't like Georgia too much either. Georgia has great towns. It really does have great towns. But then it also has, for some reason, I don't like Georgia. It seems kind of trashy, kind of like Florida. Not as trashy as Florida, but there's definitely more drug dealing. You can actually see it on the streets. It's crazy how much drug dealing there is over there in Georgia. You can actually see it on street level. Here in Alabama, you don't see too much. So far, I haven't seen too much drug activity. And if there is drug activity, it's very well concealed because the sheriffs here, they don't play around, There's a real... I literally saw people selling drugs in front of a police officer in Georgia, and they just weren't concerned with the cops, Welcome on board, Florida Jeep Gator, Palm Harbor, overall good. Long-legged, every street is bad in the burg. Yeah, bro, you've been talking about St. Petersburg a lot. Go there to vacation, go there to party, but don't move there. It's overpriced. Look at this store. can't believe how they just have everything. Oh my gosh. It's just open. Ooh, I get the chills just thinking about it. Look at this, guys. This store is just, it's open. There's no metal bars on the windows. They got all their furniture right there. Very nice store. Oh my gosh, everything's so pretty in there. Very nice. And they have, it's all open. Look at the ceiling. How well restored this building has been. My gosh, that's pretty. Very, very nice. No riots there. No, people didn't riot. Why would the black people riot here? Why would they riot? In Tampa, oh my gosh. I was in Tampa after the riots. The week after the riots, I was in Tampa. The black people here, they're not going to riot. Why would they riot? They got better. They got more money than, to be honest, black people here living better than white people. If anything, the white people need to riot out here. I swear to you. If anything, it's the white people that need to be rioting out here. It's not the black people. No, it's not like that here. Look at how beautiful this store is. Good stuff in there. I wish I had more money. All right. Hulk Hogan lives in Bel Air. Look at this store. Love where you live. Shop local. So this is a very nice clothing store. More hip, more young. It's a boutique. Oh, it's a bridal boutique. Okay. So, yeah, this is a really sweet little town, y'all. Prattville. Very clean little town. Very nice, sweet little town. Homewood, Alabama is like this, but massive. If you want a town like this, but that's much bigger, attached to Birmingham, Homewood, Alabama. I want to sit down on this bench again and just tour. Oh, man. Yeah, I can't believe we got 51 people on a Sunday. I mean, we tried doing this on a Friday night. We didn't get that many people. I don't get what Scientology is. I don't understand what it's about. But anyways, apparently that's really big in St. Petersburg. I've yet to figure out what that's about. He'll take me to Ross eventually. All right. Warwick sounds really nice. Yeah, Warwick is nice. And it's not too far from the urbanized area. It's just outside of the urbanized area. Danny Drew. Mobile, Alabama. Best thing after it happened to me is Coney Island hot dogs. Yeah, buddy. Best hot dogs ever, I've heard. Clearwater is also full of Scientologists. Let's see what else you guys got going on here. Yeah, apple picking season. Yeah, I was just looking at Warwick, and it's nice up there. You're just... I don't get why people from New York haven't just moved further into their own state, you know? It's pretty, but I know people that moved up there. A lot of people moved up there. Actually, I've got some great friends that are from upstate New York and Florida. I couldn't tell you how many people I know from upstate New York that are really good people. I mean, crap. I can think of my electrician. He's from New York, and he's from upstate New York. He did my whole electrical in my house in Florida before we moved. And he actually gave me like a $2,000 discount. Like, he told me the price was like $7,000 or something. I gave him $7,000. And then he looked at me and he says, "You're not going to try to hassle the price?" And I said, "No, dude, you said $7,000. Here's your $7,000. And he gave me back $2,000. He says, "You know, Jose, I really appreciate you didn't try to hassle the price." Because, you know, most people, I guess he's used to people hassling his prices, you know. He says, "I know you got to build your house, and I got, you know." And he told me, I want to help you. I have so many friends from upstate New York and Florida that have been great people. They're not all bad people from New York, you know. I've met some incredible people from New York that have just done incredible things for me. Well, this is one of the people. Like my electrician. He did awesome job for me, and he's from New York. Who's paying the light bill? That's a lot of street lights. I am paying for it. I pay my property taxes today. But this is a different county, though. I don't know what property taxes are. Warwick is actually within a commute time to New York City. Are you kidding me? And it's not that expensive up there. I know a friend that just moved there with his whole family. I wish them the best. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what they're up to. But I think eventually, I hope they do well. Felt like the bad blended in, and the south side having to go through that was not good. I felt isolated. I cleaned lots of pools for years and worked all over Pinellas County. All right, Pinellas County. You know, I have a friend that does pools in Pinellas County. He wanted me to move when I told him I sold the house and I was going to sell the house in Naples. He really wanted me to move into Hernando County, and a lot of people that live in Hernando commute into. You know, a lot of people in Hernando, they commute into Pinellas County. And he was telling me, come on, Jose, because he's got a pool company. He says, you'll make a lot of money here. You can commute into Pinellas. So I did it. I got up in the morning, and I just couldn't do that commute, man. That US 19, I didn't like Hernando County. You got Pasco counties there, too. I just didn't like it. He said, why don't you look into Pasco County? It's cheaper. We looked into Pasco County and trashed Cole County. That's what they call it. It's a shame how Florida's gone to crap. Like, you know, there's towns like this in Florida. It's just like this, Prattville. Tarpon Springs, huge tourist destination. How many homeless people have came up to me and asked for money? We were in Wetumpka, right? We didn't see nobody sleeping on sidewalks. Nobody's came up to me here and begged for money. If we were in Florida, we'd have had 3 people come up to us already asking for money, begging or something. You know what I mean? So, I don't know all the bad stereotypes of Alabama. It's actually, a lot of these towns are real nice. I mean, see for yourself. I don't even have to preach it to you. You almost died on 19 by a drunk driver. It's bad up there, man. It broke my heart. I was up in 19. I was coming out of Tampa. And Parrish, that's kind of on the east side of Hillsborough County, I think. That's not bad off of 301. 301's all right. It's just the traffic sucks, man. The whole Tampa area, anywhere along I-4 is so horrible. Some people are okay with traffic. I hate traffic. Not the subdivisions, though. Setback. Yeah, I got a friend that lives in Mayaca City. Well, he's actually not in the city itself. He's actually like way out in the woods. And we were, last time I was over there, you know, he's got coyotes. He's got like, I can't remember how many acres, but it's way out in the woods. This is just southeast of the Tampa area. Between Sarasota and Tampa, along 301, in that area back in there. Off of Highway 72. And we hung out over there. It was actually pretty interesting. I mean, he had to carry a gun because, you know, he's got coyotes. He says, you can't walk on this property without a gun. He says, you walk out here without a gun, you know, you're in trouble. Middle of nowhere in Florida, but you got to carry, man. It's scary out there. I want to thank AJ for the $4.90, almost $5. That will that was the gas money to get over here. So thank you guys so much. You guys are talking about Southwest Florida. I'm done with Southwest Florida. Guys, it's actually getting kind of cold. It's probably 59 by now. I'm just wearing a very thin sweater. I don't want to get a cold, so I want to check out. We're down to 44 people from, we started off at, 60 or something? It's been a great time to hang out with you guys. I think I might switch it over to Sundays because we got 40-some people on here, and we struggled Friday, and we didn't get that many people on yesterday. Anytime, Jose, thank you so much, man. Florida is full of rattlesnakes, wild boars, and alligators. Yeah. But I like, it's not the animals that scared me. I want to walk back to my car, and then we're really done, guys. When I get to the car, we're done with this live stream. So there's my car right there. So if you want to say your goodbyes, any questions, get them out of your mouth. Get it out there, guys, because we got to get going. It's getting too cold for me to be out. It's not uncomfortable cold, but I can feel it in my chest. And you guys know I'm asthmatic and all that, so we don't want to get sick. I shouldn't be out at 9. And Dad was calling. I got to call Dad back and talk to him. So if you guys got any questions or just say your goodbyes, y'all have a beautiful evening. It's been a great time sharing with you guys, like always. Thank you all. And we started off in Wetumpka. We finished off in Prattville. So we did a nice little tour. You guys got to see most of Elmore County, and now we're in Ottawa, Prattville. So you guys got to see 2 towns, hang out with me and Katie. I mean, you guys, I know me and Kay kind of like bicker back and forth, but keep in mind, this is a 3-hour live stream. We're doing 3-hour live streams. She wants to do one thing, I got to do another, so it's kind of like, you can't get mad at us for that. I mean, most YouTubers, they'll do a 35, 40-minute live stream and that's it. Like, if we're going 3 hours like we do, that's crazy. I can't even think of, oh, by the way, if you want to watch a live stream, another cool live stream, you guys can check out, he's live right now. His name is Philly, like Philadelphia, Philly Dom. So Philly and then DOM. What's up, y'all? That's good, man. So Philly Dom, he's doing a live stream right now. Like Philly, like Philadelphia, and then DOM. Philly Dom, check him out. Yes, Philly Dom. I just got a notification that he's doing a live stream from the Dominican Republic. His live streams are in English. I guess he's in the Dominican Republic still. He was in Haiti before. He's from Philly. I guess this guy lives all over the world and whatever. And he recommended, a lot of my subscribers have come from his channel. So I guess he talks about me. So he's cool with me. I'll be cool back with him. So as you check out on my live stream, check in the Philly Dom, okay? And let them know that Jose sent you there. The Son of Hoodblock sent you there. So check out, I got 44 people watching. So check out Philly Dom. He's live right now from Dominican Republic. And he'll tell you life on the Dominican Republic side. And a lot of times his channel is like mine. He'll get on any type of subject. So Philly Dom, really cool guy. And he's in Dominican Republic right now. Sometimes he's in Haiti. And he shows all the neighborhoods in Haiti, Dominican Republic. So his channel and mine are very similar. He's from Philly. But anyways, it's just a small niche subject. But anyways, I just want to show him a little bit of love back since pretty much he is sending people to my channel. I guess he's been mentioning me, so awesome to see other YouTubers. This is the device, guys. Check it out, the Yukon. I'm so happy for this thing. It is so comfortable. All right, guys, I'm going to hit the close button. I love you all. Have a good night. Stay out of trouble. Stay out of trouble, and tomorrow's Monday, so y'all get ready to go work out there, make some money. Be happy throughout the work week. Don't be negative. Don't be a bummer. I'm out.